Test, test, test. There we go. Oh, that was interesting. Okay. Sorry about that. Thanks for letting me know, guys. My microphone was set to the wrong setting. Instead of the broadcast, it was to some default one, which is kind of weird. But you guys can hear me now. I think you guys can hear me now because my system has recognized my voice. Anyway, happy to see you guys. Hopefully you guys are all good to go. Sorry about the little mix-up with the audio. I've been moving stuff around here, and it's been kind of annoying. I'm doing some spring cleaning, as you guys can kind of see. Hence the sofa's over there pointing towards the wall instead of the TV. But yeah, hopefully we're all good. Sorry about that little bit of a mix-up. Today's been interesting. My camera was broken for like the whole day, and I was trying to figure out how to get it to work for the stream, and I got it to work all of about 5 minutes ago. So we're good. So, hey everybody, hope you guys are all having a fantastic day here today. It was actually pretty much a boring day today. Even Nvidia's earnings, which were blockbuster by any stretch, what dog hair in my mouth now, that didn't end too well for Nvidia here. So before we start diving into Bitcoin and everything going on, we're going to give Loki a little bit of a treat here, and then we're going to, there we go, focus on the good stuff. Yeah, there you go. It's never enough for him, but you can tickle his paws. All right. So, hey everybody, hope you guys are good. Let's go over here towards Bitcoin very fast. Let me make sure everything's still working on my end. Okay, the audio's still working, music's still working. There we go. Okay, ignore the Kanye playing. That's for my own sanity in the background. All right. So, we already know when that downtrend here today. I mean, you know, we didn't really have too much happening, did we? What did I say was going to happen last night? We're probably going to do a little bit of a wick and head back down even more. And what did we see happening? We reached that $60,000 level resistance that we kind of put in there, or that price target, I should say. But then we just got dropped back down and made a new low over here, and that wasn't a good time for anybody. So in hindsight, I am happy I sold off my Bitcoin position right here after buying back down here. Ended up being the right call, even though I panicked a little bit in my head. It wouldn't have hit my stop loss down here at 58,300. But who wants to deal with that just for that little bit of a move right there? You know, I would have passed. I would have passed there. Now, all of today, Bitcoin's been barely doing anything. We've been seeing a little bit of volatility, but ultimately, we're just flat. Nothing interesting is happening. It was all supposed to be about Nvidia. What happens with Nvidia? Is it going to go up? Is it go down? Is it going to crash the entire market? And of course, let's see. You know, what happened? Nothing happened here. You go over to, there we go. Jesus, all these pop-ups here. You go over to CNBC, what's happening? The Dow is up a little bit, the S&P is down, and the NASDAQ is down as well. Even oil's down a little bit here. And the big news is Nvidia's earnings report, right? Now, oh my God, how many fucking pop-ups can a thing have? Anyway, this is the story of the day here. Nvidia's earnings report shows the problem of being priced for perfection. This actually wasn't the title when the earnings came out. Everything about this was all about it being a blockbuster earnings report. Everything was good and blah, blah, blah. But basically, when you go over and you check out to see what happened with Nvidia today, and let's just say we go over to maybe a 5-minute chart, you can see how it was not perceived well, let's just say that. And because of that, Nvidia after hours fell down at most about 8.5%. Now we're down about 7%. That is not good despite having a very good earnings report. And it feels like people, for whatever reason, are starting to get a little bit more tired of this trade. If you kind of zoom out on the monthly chart, you can see how crazy this has been. Let's just get rid of all the other technicals here. You can see how crazy this has been post-COVID, right? COVID was this little bit of a dip right there. And we went up, up, up. 2020 rate hike series. And then we just started going crazy when it came to AI. Now, we're in crazy territory. You can see how every month we're kind of getting shakier and shakier. This doesn't make me very confident when I see things like Nvidia like that. But we'll wait and see how this turns out. I've been telling you guys for a while, I've been scaling out of this. I don't really have much Nvidia left. But for those of you guys looking to buy into this for the longer term, this is an okay time to buy over the next few days as Nvidia really starts to take some dips. Let's go to a 1-hour chart. All right, we're back to where we were back over here August 15th. Nothing really crazy because we've been going sideways for a while, also hitting up this larger level of resistance. We might be looking at something of a continuation of some lower highs and some lower lows here at some point, but this could just be one gigantic accumulation zone. I know we talk a lot about momentum here. Momentum for NVIDIA, and one of the reasons I haven't been doing much with it, is you can see momentum has not been the best over the past 5 weeks. You can see how we had the rebound. I don't care if there's a rebound. That's going to be something of a shorter time frame trade for me, just personally. But you can see how things might be getting back up to normal if we're managed to hold for a couple more weeks. And then NVIDIA might start making its way back up to 140, 160 or something like that. The reaction from this earnings report doesn't really make that likely, but we'll see. The daily chart back over here, you had a nice little buying sign. That worked out for a few days, then it kind of went soft here. But yeah, I don't exactly know the pure reason why everything was selling off with NVIDIA, besides the fact that you're seeing growth kind of just gets to that point where like, man, it wasn't perfect, and because it wasn't perfect, kind of like what the article was saying a little bit more, people decided to sell off a little bit. I think it's just time to rotate out of NVIDIA because it's gone up so much. I think, you know, when we look at this, and let's just say not even back from COVID, let's just go back from 2022, the last 20 years, it's 2 years, excuse me. Let's just say we go from right here. You know, that's a 653% profit right there. It's okay to take your profits here, especially when this thing is going crazy. Over the past few months, especially when it comes to NVIDIA, I think people forget how volatile this can be. This goes back to what we were talking about earlier. There's so much more money in the economy. Everything can kind of flush now. And no matter what stock you're holding, that stock can now go down 20, 30, 40% within a matter of weeks, when normally it would take a while for it to go down. Nowadays, stocks get punished very, very quickly, all because of the auto trading, everybody panicking, and just, you know, so much more money to go out there. So you can see from the high to the low, NVIDIA fell about 35% in about a month and a half. You know, so I think people may be a little more spooked about that right now. But overall, it was a great earnings report. Do you want to hold NVIDIA? I think it's an okay hold for the long term. I think it's just gone up so much that, like, how could you not sell? Now, again, if we're going by technicals, when I bought NVIDIA, it was back over here, but then I sold it over here. I also sold some over here. I had to buy back in as it was breaking out, but then I sold it over here. Then it kept on going back up, and I just sold the rest of it over here for the most part. And I got a little bit left, but the profit from here to here has not been anywhere near the profit I made from buying over here and selling over here, because I invested so much more money because it was better valued at that point. This was before I thought of NVIDIA as something more of a bubble type of play, because again, this thing will fall hard once it's once that growth just slows down a little bit. This thing will fall down very, very hard. All right, back over here very fast. As far as Bitcoin today, actually the daily chart might be a little bit better for us here. We're looking for a couple options. You guys see this order block right here? I'll just draw it up so you guys can see it when I go to the different time frames. There you go. You can see this level of support. On the 4-hour and maybe even on the daily, we're looking for something more of a bounce. And we're gonna try to break out above 60,000 bucks and start heading back up here to $61,000. That's the optimistic side. That's the optimistic side here today. We did see a little bit of whale activity, I would say, earlier this morning, and actually that was kind of nice to see. You saw it actually break us back above here on the, what, $60,000 level of resistance. If you're paying more attention to the weekly charts, which I am, I don't think we're going to be able to break back above this here. I think we might actually end up start coming back down here to the mid 50s over the next few days. Now, that doesn't mean we can't pop back up here and test it out, right? But I still think that weekly chart is still pulling this down a little bit more. I'm hoping that we can have some whales come in here, but I just, you know, I never bank on that type of stuff. Look at this. See how beautiful that move was? We were dipping down a little bit, got bought back up. You saw some liquidations on the short side, and we spiked, and then we kind of cooled off a little bit. We're going to have to see something just like that if you want to get back on track. I'm not really long much at this point. I did a day trade with you guys buying over here and selling over here yesterday, or over here yesterday. That worked out great. I enjoyed doing that. Right now I'm looking at this and I'm like, I need to see something a little bit different here, because let's just kind of go through the rotation, right? The easy stuff like the weekly charts. Oh, I forgot. Hold on a second here. Can I do that one? No. There we go. Because my camera was messed up, I had a whole nother page ready for you guys with no face on it. That way you guys would have been able to see everything without my my face in it. And still, I moved everything, but my head is not fitting in here properly. I'm gonna have to push this back a little bit. Or can I do this? Hold on. Uh-huh. 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 There we go. All right, works better. Now, we already know the weekly chart's bearish. We don't have to talk about that. I'm not even going to talk about it right now. The daily chart is turning bearish today, possibly. See that MACD about to turn over? RSI stochastic already turned back over here. It looks like on the 27th, right over here with that nasty move we had. If everything goes back to being bearish here, yeah, there's still a good chance we break down below the support and we start heading back down here to the low 50s, mid 50 range. And I think that's where I'd be more excited to start buying into some of these assets here. Right now, again, I think this just goes to what type of trader I am. I don't necessarily like buying the middle zones over here unless everything is kind of flowing. And we haven't had those flows since way back over here in May. This was a flow back down here, but this was again for the bearish side. We're getting to that point where I might want to short again. Let's see. 12 hour, you can see how we're back to being bearish. 4 hour here, still bearish. An opportunity, and this is what I was talking about as far as that smaller time frame, trying to get back up here before we eventually get pushed back down. I think you could look at some type of day trade long here. But again, I'm not the most optimistic for anything, you know, more than 20 hours or something like that. Alrighty, that's about it for Bitcoin here. Let me move this stuff back over. There we go. As far as the rest of the market here, it's actually not terrible. There's some movers here. Dogs is up 20% right now. Immutable X is up, or Immutable, yeah, 7%. Floki's up 6. I know we talked about the breakout for the last few days. It finally had a move. Helium's up 5. There's some stuff moving right now, and that's nice. There's also a lot of stuff going down, like Stacks, Maker, Super Artificial Intelligence, whatever. Polygon. There's some mixed reactions here. And so I think this means we have to be a little bit, well, we already know this, but we're going to have to be a little bit more picky. As far as which tokens we want to go long in this market here with Bitcoin kind of bearish. This is a little piece of news I thought you guys might like as well. I'm surprised it actually showed up here, but Trump adds RFK Jr. to the transition team as a former president faces new indictment. They're going to go after him again. It's going to get messy. We already know all this stuff, but RFK, in my opinion, is more pro-crypto than Donald Trump, and so I believe he should be good for us as far as implementing policies if Trump wins the White House, which we still don't know if that's the case. I still call it a toss-up here. If you guys are going over to Market Cipher here, the daily still looks to be a little bit more bearish here. You can see it giving us a little bit of a whale activity here, plus the red dot of death, as they put it. But I think, again, where we see a little bit of hope is if we go back over here to the hour chart. We see a little bit of a buying sector or buying a signal right here, just like we had back over here. These are small little things. I don't put too much trust into them just yet because I don't know how to use it as well. But again, we had one back over here. It's still working in our favor. Momentum is still going up. And so I do think there's a case to be said here. Maybe I'm underestimating it. I do think there's a case for us to have a short-term pop before we start dropping back off again. And I'm just keeping an eye on that. So if you guys want to do a trade, I'd rather be trying to do a short-term long here before looking at some more bearish activity. So I think today we're probably looking a little bit more bullish. There we go. But I have to say, besides this little bit of a move in the morning hours, it's been pretty boring here. Here watching the price action. I've been cleaning all day, doing nothing. Making iced tea, right? Now that Nvidia is done, we can focus on Tesla and rate cuts. Man, I just can't wait for rate cuts at this point, guys. We need them bad, and they're not going to hit the economy fast, but they will start to change some things up, and I think that's going to be good for us. It should really help out as far as altcoin season. Maybe not getting us to, you know, crazy all-time highs right away, but at least changing the trajectory where you're seeing, you know, altcoins in general just having some really bad last few months. There are a few exceptions. So, you know, some altcoins have been doing good. We've been talking about this. Those Tron altcoins may be doing a little bit better over the next few months as well. I'm taking the time to dollar cost average those just in case we have some nice moves. We'll talk about those probably in a few more minutes actually, because I want to see if I can find an official list of like those Tron coins again and see you know how what the market caps are. But let's see right here. Make sure. As far as those rate cuts, yeah, we need them. We need them yesterday, actually. And remember, we got GDP coming out. I think one of you guys reminded me about that. That GDP report comes in and the red. Oh boy, there's going to be a quick panic there. And hey, Crypto Ricky, is it Wednesday? Okay, so I literally just got my stream to work. So I don't have any wine on me. And I don't even have a wine opener over here. I think I'm going to push it back till tomorrow. But I do have a cigar I can smoke with you guys. I do have that. Wine is still in my car. I literally have a whole case of like 14, 15 bottles in there. And I don't know. I guess all my other wines upstairs. Oh no, my sister might have brought the bottle in. Maybe I have a twist top or something. Maybe I have a twist top. I don't have a glass. No, we'll push it back till tomorrow just to be safe. Sorry, dude. I will have a bottle of wine tomorrow with you guys. A bottle of wine and another cigar. I have this cigar still from yesterday, so I'm probably going to smoke that one up here with you guys in a few minutes. And hey, Wilder, happy to see my man. I short Bitcoin here. It's all right. Yeah, at this point, I'm just looking at this level of support. For me, this would be more of a scale out level if you did short way back over here. For me, though, I'm the type of guy that shorts all across this and I just take the whole position out. And then from there, I'm just going to watch and see what happens next. If you're looking to open up a short right here, you know, I would be more inclined to try to short at the top of this range over here because it looks like 60,000 seems to be a level of resistance now. I would try to short closer to this. Again, my only fear though is because we're not continuing to fall back down, especially back over here in the morning hours. It feels like we want to do one more pop here before trying to make a bigger move by the bears to push us down. But we'll have to wait and see, guys. Again, say it's Wednesday. We don't really have much news until Friday here. Nvidia didn't go too well, but the fact that Nvidia is not doing too well hasn't really done anything to Bitcoin, which I think is a good thing here. I didn't want to see Bitcoin going down 7% along with Nvidia. That would have been absolutely, that would have been horrible. That would have been absolutely horrible right there. Imagine face melting run to election blow off top the night, the bear market. Oh, you know, that election night's just going to be volatile. We already know it. I think what's going to make it even more volatile at this point is we don't know who's going to win the election. If you're going off of, I think, you know, major media like CNN, ABC News, NBC News, CNBC, all that type of stuff, they're rooting for Kamala Harris to win, and they're acting like she has it in the bag right now. I don't think she has it in the bag, but I do think the media behind your back is a very powerful thing. Because Americans as a whole are pretty easy to gaslight. They're generally pretty easy to gaslight into believing certain things. So that's going to make it just a little bit more difficult for Trump to get in there. And again, it's a toss-up at this point. So as the votes come in, as the states get called, you will see Bitcoin either going sky high or just dropping like a rock. It'll be fascinating to watch. But it's also going to be one of those things where it's just going to be scary because you're not going to necessarily want to open up many trades unless you have a very good idea of what's about to happen in the election. You know, if you go long and Kamala wins, you're going to be in very bad shape. But if you go short and Kamala loses, you're going to be in very, very bad shape at the same time. So a little bit more iffy there, right? I am on trade on future liquidation, 62,000. It's all right. Let's see. 62. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that liquidation's fine. It's way over here. Be careful, though. You know, you don't have all of your money in there. And hey, Haram, happy to see my man. Render, I don't know what Render's been doing anything. Has Render been doing anything as of late? Do I even have Render on my list anymore? No, I don't even have it. I guess Gemini has it. No, that looks horrible. Coinbase, there we go. Yeah, Render hasn't really been doing much as of late besides doing the same typical pop-ups and downs, but let me see. Weekly chart. Still bearish. You're seeing a little bit of hope for it right now off of that big move we had last week. I go over here to the daily charts. Hit up that order block and got rejected. This isn't doing anything too crazy. I would say you have a little bit of a warning sign here just with this trend line. Let me pop this open and see if it actually hit the 1 marker here or not. Yeah, it hit the price target right there. It's beautiful trade right there. If you hit this breakout with a change of character, everything pointing up. That was the trade to make right there. Hit your price target exactly. And right there, you see the 1 level. It says a little 1 right there. But that was it. Right now, all you're looking for is this is potentially another load up zone for another breakout here down the road. But the way Bitcoin's going, again, you're most likely going to see this fall back down here, back down to the 4s, and then try to have another bounce closer to September. Excuse me. Let me go over here to the 4-hour chart. Yeah, this is giving that same Bitcoin vibe we had a few days ago, where it just can't seem to find the level of support. It keeps on breaking down time after time. Even when it finds a few hours of support right here, it still gets pushed back down. That's not a good sign. I think it's because it's actually up compared to a few other tokens over the last few days. Like if I go over here to Chili's, yeah, see how Chili's has already fallen back down and given up those gains? RNDR is just a little bit behind the curve here. And unless Bitcoin does that quick pop here over the next, 20 hours, which it should be able to do, you're going to see this thing continue to break down. 30-minute chart, 1-hour chart. Yeah, the 1 hour hasn't been too good here. The 2 hour. Yeah, perhaps if the 2 hour turns up to be positive here, that might be your next best bet. If you're looking for a dollar cost average trade, I mean, now is the time if you're doing something of a shorter term, like a dollar cost average into a swing trade, that's a day trade, that could be it. But right now, it seems like it's just behind, behind schedule compared to all the other tokens, and it still has to fall back down a little bit more here. I would say choppy for the next 24 hours before really falling down hard later on this week. Again, that's supposing that Bitcoin breaks down here as well. But it had a really beautiful move. It just seems like it hasn't been going back into that free fall like everything else. And hey, Bullish, you hopped in the dog. So some of these tokens have actually been absolutely fantastic. Let me go over here to cryptocurrencies. Let's go over here to categories. Let's take a sip of tea here. Oh, man. Because I want to see those Tron tokens again. Gambling, insurance, stablecoin. I gotta remember what number this stuff was because this is annoying to get down here every time. Base ecosystem. Energy, Dogecoin. Three Areas Capital portfolio. AI, yes, metaverse, gambling, Terra, Toncoin. Toncoin's interesting right now off of all their drama. Internet computer, no, I think it keeps on falling down day by day. I'm wondering if the tokens got hit because we didn't have to search this far back yesterday, and the day before it was even higher up. So I'm thinking right now, really, we're gonna see it all the way down here somewhere where it wasn't a few days ago. So Tron. Events, E-Girl Capital, Jesus. Let's see. No, where the heck? Tron, yeah, it's all the way down here now. My God, okay. I wish there was a way for me to put a little bit of a star on this, but I guess there isn't. When in doubt, just make it into a bookmark, right? All right, so Sun is down a little bit here, but it's still up 186% over the last 30 days. Sundog over here up 290%, 24 hours up about 4%. It's gonna be down 4%. Most of it's down right now. Bulls at $10 million market cap, that one's up 11%. So you're seeing some moves here, but I mean, when I say low market cap, this is like a, these are some real tiny market caps right here. So we only really have a few that are really good opportunities. If you guys want to buy something now and it already has enough capital, can possibly go parabolic. And that right now seems to be Sun, JST, Sundog, Wink Link, Measurable Data Token, and that's about it. Everything down here seems to be very, very high risk. And it says like $76 million market cap. That's probably not accurate. So these ones down here are going to be very, very small. Didcoin, I don't even know what that means. I thought it was like Diddy coin for a second. Smash Chain, yeah, there's just not really many out here that have really taken the reins. You guys know there's tons of meme coins made every day. There's venture capital that backs meme coins. There's a lot of volatility in these things, but there's only a few in the Tron network that can really mean much. So I think what most of you guys are going to have to do, if you really want to get into these tokens early, you're going to have to take some crazy chances when you guys are swapping tokens. That's not really my cup of tea, as you guys know. So basically, when these types of things hit a specific exchange, I'm going to be able to go buy them. Like if I go over here to Sundog, I go over to markets, and I've been talking about Sundog since Monday, and this is the reason. Because I think it's going to probably have a nice pop here next altcoin season. I want to take advantage of it, and it only has a market cap of 253 million. This is like pre-Dogecoin pop market cap, basically. Gate.io, HTX, MEXC, BitGet, LBank, Bitmart, Hotcoin, CoinEx. You guys probably don't have any of these exchanges because they're not allowed in America, but they're, I think BitIndex is in the United States. TapBit, no, I don't think it's in the USA anymore. But yeah, I think one of you guys told me this was on Weeks as well. Maybe it's in Perpetual though. Yeah, Weeks right here. So you guys can trade it if you want to. That's probably the way I do it. Same with Blofin. When I talk to these guys, I specifically ask for low market cap meme coins. And I think they're starting to see that people will go to the exchanges if they just put those things up there. Because again, as an investor, I want to trade some of those very low market cap coins because if they go parabolic and I just hold them for a while, forget the fees, like, just 1% leverage. If I just hold them for a little bit, you know that it's not going to take a lot of movement to get some of these things really humming and humming. So yeah, I'm going to keep on asking to put more and more of these tokens on there. And let me see very fast. GM. Yeah, there's just not. I mean, do any of you guys have any tokens in the Tron network or any meme coins at all you guys are looking at right now? And I'm wondering to see how low some of these market caps are. Because Sun is still doing fine. I mean, Sun is because the owner, right? Justin Sun, so Justin adjust, right? Sundog. I might try to find this Wink Link thing. Now I haven't seen this anywhere here, but I really haven't had to look so far. Now it's not on Coinbase just yet. I don't have. One of these days we're gonna have access to a lot of these exchanges again. I'm hoping. For futures, it's only on Gate.io, HTX, and MEXC and XT.com. Not really much going on here, like I said before. Oh, Weeks. It's possibly on Weeks right now, maybe. Could be a false positive, but it might be on Weeks too. So that might be kind of fun as well. Again, these are high risk trades, but because everybody's talking about Tron right now, I'm still looking forward to seeing where they can go, even if Bitcoin's being a little bit more finicky over the last few days, right? Still think Bitcoin will hit 100K by the end of the year regardless of who wins the election? No, not regardless of who wins the election. I still think Bitcoin's gonna hit 100K fairly soon. I guess fairly soon means like within like the next 365 days. But yeah, for me, whoever wins the presidency, it's gonna matter. Mostly because we're gonna have firm policy in place. And again, there's so many different ways your mind can try to figure out what could happen here. The way my mind is thinking about this is, if Trump is elected, I think there's a good chance we can get Binance back in the United States, KuCoin back in the USA, and a lot of companies in here, some really big companies that won't be attacked every freaking day, right? And maybe Binance doesn't get back in here, but maybe the company like JumpX or Weeks or Blofin, they'll be allowed to get big without being kicked out of the United States, right? So that's one component there. And then again, if Kamala gets elected, you're probably going to see more regulation in the bill, and that's going to slow the growth by a lot. And that's just not what I'm really looking for, right? That's not what we really want to see. The one thing I'll say is, if we're heading towards November and Bitcoin's gearing up for a huge move and we're seeing a lot of volume come in, a lot of bullishness come in, I don't think the presidential election is going to stop that momentum from taking us up to some crazy highs. But if we don't have the momentum and we're just not going straight up at that point in time, I don't believe. You get the point I'm trying to make. How should I say this nicer? If we're kind of going flat and Kamala wins, we'll probably go from flat to going down. If we're going flat and Trump wins, we'll be going from flat to up. And I don't mean crashing and burning in flames like $10,000 plus, but we may come down $3,000, $4,000, right? And then at the same time, and that's a lot of it's because of whales, not just panic, but whales. And then if Trump wins, we might go up $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 as well. It's kind of one of those types of moves here. But if we're going up and everything's doing really well, then Trump's looking on top of that. Yeah, you're going to see some crazy spikes, but following that crazy spike, you'll probably see Bitcoin crash like $5,000, $6,000 before it keeps on going up here. Hey Perez, do I see XRP hitting $10? No, not in this bull market. No. XRP's been flat for so long. I mean, I have a trade on CoinW, I believe, for XRP, and I think it's just it's up a little bit since I bought it, which is crazy if you ask me. But let me go over here to XRP for you. All right. For me, XRP, it already has a massive market cap. You go back over here. Right, number 7, $32 billion market cap. It's going to be hard for that sucker to get some really big moves. For me, when I look at this, I see a real nice Fibonacci example here. And that just goes back to the simple settings. Right. Up here towards $5, I think is going to be a good price target. You can see $10 is right here. You know, then you got up here towards 35. I really think it's probably going to be something closer to 5 here. Unless, just because of the market cap. I mean, maybe banks really get in here, but I don't think we're going to have regulation by the time we get in here. So I don't think people are necessarily going to be going after this banking opportunity because banking is the one thing that's like incredibly regulated right now. Let's see. Weekly chart still pretty much doing nothing. I mean, we're the same price we were back in December of 2020, the same price as September of 2018, and the same price as May of 2018. You know, there really hasn't been much movement here. The last cycle that we had, this was, you know, COVID over here. But, you know, from that kind of when we found some stability to that high, 863%, you know, maybe this time it gets about half of that, like 400% perhaps. You can see we're kind of stabilized right now. 400% gets us right over here towards $3. If we go to 800%, that's kind of around that 557, 558 mark. I think that's the sweet spot for XRP. If XRP hits $10, I'll be very, very happy. Don't get me wrong, because I do own a lot of XRP, but I think that market cap is going to make it hard. I think that market cap is going to make it very, very hard. I mean, go over here to the daily chart, last bull market. Let's get rid of all the technicals here. You know, you can see it had some moves where within a few days, like at 10 days, it was up 200%. Then, you know, like right afterwards, it came back down like 78%. I would just trade the breakouts as they come and scale out as it continues to go parabolic. But I wouldn't be banking on it hitting $10 here just because of the market cap. If it was a market cap like 200 million, 400 million, I could definitely say, yeah, there's a good chance it could really make a good push like that. But at a market cap right now of like 30 something billion dollars, $32 billion, I think it was. Yeah, 32 billion. It's going to be very hard for that to happen there. Uh-oh. Bitcoin's not even trying to make a little bit of a hump right now. It's trying to get retest for the move down here. There we go. All right, what I want to do here very fast is go from Wink Link, and I just want to talk about Gary Gensler for a second before we what's that website? Gary OpenSea. Gary OpenSea News. There you go. So this is from CoinDesk right here. Let me zoom in this little bit. I think I can do maybe 2 zoom ins here, perhaps. Maybe not. CoinDesk doesn't like me. There you go. There you go. So OpenSea gets a Wells notice from the SEC, which calls NFTs sold on the platform securities. And then the CEO says, "We're shocked that SEC would make such a sweeping move against creators and artists," says the CEO of OpenSea. Gary Gensler, he may actually have some standing for this case, but like, why would you bring this? I think he's pretty much just I don't know. I really don't want him in government anymore, or the bureaucracies. I don't trust the guy. But basically, the story goes on to say, non-fungible token NFT marketplace OpenSea received a notice from the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, that it intends to pursue an enforcement action, the company disclosed on Wednesday. OpenSea has received a Wells notice from the SEC threatening to sue us because they believe NFTs on our platform are securities. There you go. Right? And you can see the tweet right here. Go over here, open it up on X. Right? 10 hours ago is basically when this have. And it's only going to get, this is going to be quite a battle, but yeah, it's going to be quite a battle. Usually you don't win against the SEC, these kind of just drain your resources. Again, I think a lot of the cases right now that are being brought by the SEC, eventually they're going to be taken out. They're going to be dismissed because if Trump does win, he's going to make sure all of these cases go away, basically. Now, Wells notices are preliminary warnings that inform respondents of charges that the regulator is considering bringing against them. They usually lead to enforcement actions. Fenzer said his company will fight the notice and pledge $5 million to help cover the legal fees for any NFT creators and developers that may also get such a notice. Right, so basically, is art a security? No, art is not a security. You know how people can invest in art for the long term because it has value and stuff like that. I think the SEC has a little bit of a reason for this just because the way they sell it, you know? But I don't know. This is just going to be another shit show here amongst a lot of other shit shows as far as we're concerned. The Longhorns are in the SEC now? Oh, man. And hey, latest content, can you buy altcoins? I mean, you can buy altcoins whenever you want to, but right now I would just be dollar cost averaging them. As I look at Bitcoin right now, it could definitely have a little bit more of an upswing here, but that's only for something more of a day trade, not a swing trade at this point. You're looking at the daily chart, you know, we're barely holding on to support. Usually in these circumstances, we kind of flush down and we start heading back down to these lower levels. But because we've had some economic data coming out over the last week, we have interest rates coming out. Maybe we can see something of a pretty legitimate pushback up here towards 61,000 bucks. It's just not going to look organic like we talked about before. Kind of like what we actually had back over here earlier today. This was not a nice organic looking chart. You can definitely see the manipulation going into it, which isn't bad. You just have to notice it's actually happening right here. And what do we have? Bitcoin up a little bit. Miro is up a teeny bit here. Is anything actually pumping at this moment in time? Let me check out Gala right now. Gala's up a little bit, but not enough. Let's see, Mog, Turbo. Yeah, we're not there yet. Meme coins don't even seem to be making many moves here. Oil still holding on, maybe looking for a breakout opportunity here. And the dollar index continues to fall overall here week by week. There you go. But again, if we're moving up, I guess I'd be expecting something around 61,000 bucks. I think that'd be something more realistic here. And if NFTs are securities and so are my Pokemon cards, yeah. I mean, here, let me see if let's see. I was hoping to be able to see the Wells notice. Let me search for this very fast. CNBC. CNBC is fucking horrible with these ads. Posts. Yeah, we don't actually see the notice itself. So maybe what I can do is go to Wells Notice, SEC, filings. Okay, maybe we just gotta type in SEC Gov. OpenSea. No matching. SEC home. OpenSea. No, there's opening. No, there's not an OpenSea here. Search instead for OpenSea. Showing results for opens/a. What the heck is that? OpenSea. No, there's nothing about OpenSea here at all, so must be on the hush hush as far as I can see. And hey, Harris, good evening, good evening. Bad for Bitcoin? Oh, yeah, definitely bad for Bitcoin. Definitely bad for Bitcoin. And hey, iBlack, I can't pronounce the name properly, but let me get this right. If the dollar value goes down, Bitcoin goes up, so the new interest rates were bad. So generally speaking, we want to see interest rates go down. That's a better environment for Bitcoin. And we want to see the dollar value go down as well. Both of those things happening are generally good for Bitcoin. Now, it doesn't mean that there's a 1-to-1 ratio there where if, the dollar index goes straight down within a day, Bitcoin has to go down that same day. But it does open up the room for Bitcoin to get a little bit more bullish as far as I'm concerned, which is why we've been so happy here as far as the dollar index coming down over the past few weeks. I mean, look at that. First breakdown of that. Beautiful, beautiful. That's great. But during this time, of course, from July till now, Bitcoin really hasn't been making too many moves here. I was hoping that we might see some more moves from Bitcoin going bullish after this, but we've had a few big scares as far as the crypto market's concerned. I think the biggest one was Germany selling Bitcoin. Then you got Mt. Gox news about America possibly selling Bitcoin. There was a few things like that that really got people concerned. And then on top of that, we just have some technicals here that really aren't favoring Bitcoin, with those weekly charts finally turning over. Right now, this is good news for Bitcoin. Also, I don't know if we still have it on this chart. No, we don't. Oh, here it is. The Japanese yen has also found a way to rebound here as well. It's at a level of resistance. We'll see if it's able to break out or not. But this is generally good news for Bitcoin as well. The fact that Japan's not going into free fall anymore. They had to buy their way out of that, though. That was not organic. They actually literally had to inject money straight into their currency to get it to pop back up. And now they're back at 1998 levels, or 1990 levels, or 1987 levels. So they still got a long way to go here. But yeah, at least they managed to break out. Momentum is shifting back over here on the monthly chart. There's an opportunity. Not a big one, but there is an opportunity, I would say, there. Meanwhile, Bitcoin here the last few months, lower lows, lower highs, not the best. We're waiting for some type of momentum shift and breakout, but we really haven't seen that just yet. Perhaps in September, but if you guys recall back over here, 2023, we had to wait 214 days basically before we had that big breakout. At this point in time, we're at about 153. So we may still have to wait a little bit more time. So I'm not ultimately like crazy concerned. I'm more of like crazily bored right now because, I mean, you guys watch other content creators, I'm sure. Everybody's having to really work hard to make this seem very interesting when it's not interesting, because I've told you guys when I'm gonna get really excited. When I get excited for Bitcoin, all I'm waiting for is for the MACD to turn bullish, RSI to turn bullish, and the stochastic to turn bullish. Sorry, RSI and stochastic. If all that turns bullish on the weekly chart, oh boy, I'm gonna be going gung-ho in here and I'm gonna be loving it. I've already done a lot of dollar cost averaging during this period, just like I did back over here and over here. But now I'm just waiting for that big breakout to come along and make me a lot of money. This is taking way too long for me. Even though it's not longer than what we had back over here, it's still way too long. So the more we go sideways, the happier I am. That means I'm not holding too many bags. That means things I'm buying are still kind of holding up with their value. And then we can kind of wait to see what happens next. But look at this. We're looking at a potential death cross here if Bitcoin doesn't start to soar within the next like 2-3 weeks. There's a big potential for a death cross, and those death crosses here, typically, right, they're not good news for Bitcoin at all. And I really don't want Bitcoin to have a flush back down here to the 40s before maybe making a larger move. I don't want to see that happening. I really don't want to see that happening. Now, if that's the case, we'll probably end up going really crazy down the road. But again, altcoins are already decimated right now. Already decimated. If you imagine Bitcoin having a death cross and coming back down here, just imagine what some of those medium tier altcoins are going to do. So think of the ones that have market caps like sub 10 billion up to, you know, down to 500 million, something like that. And go over here to this weekly chart. Let's just go here. Let's get rid of all the other stats. Let's just do auto very fast. Ethereum, you know, Ethereum might come all the way back down here to 1600. That's how bad it might be for Ethereum. Solana, come back down here towards 87 bucks perhaps. I don't think it'd be too much more. Solana's done a very good job of holding up here. Like, I mean, a fantastic job. Dogecoin, I mean, that'd come all the way back down here to the lows we saw back over here in 2023. Bonk would be coming all the way back down here to February of this year levels. You can already see it trying to hold on to that support level. Barely holding on to that support level. But now let's look at something like a Matic. Matic's been around for a while. It almost broke below that support over here. If Bitcoin went down over the next few months and just had a really bad crash, I mean, we could just put a Fibonacci level over here and see what would happen. This isn't even, I mean, it held for like a week, held there a little bit, but not really much. I mean, but it could come down to 14 cents, 7 cents, something like that. Again, I'd probably say 13, 14 cents would be a decent one right there, but let's pull this out. There you go. And you can see that bounce right there, the bounce right there. A little bit of a bounce, but not enough. All right, it's not really holding too well. And I think you're going to see a lot of tokens doing that same type of move. Even some of the tokens that haven't been doing well, like here's a monthly chart for Mana. I mean, doesn't that just look sad? Here's Sushi token. Sand, right? At a big level of support, still heading down. I mean, Litecoin's usually pretty sideways, but it would still come down to probably the lowest lows it's ever had. Turbo, we already talked about this. Turbo has a long way to go down. It's been great this cycle, but it still has a long way to come down if Bitcoin does as well. Jasmy, long way to come down, but luckily right now it's at a big level of support. Hopefully that lasts until next month, you know, so we can bounce off it. Pendle, you can see, you know, it can happen very, very quickly. I don't think people understand how fast these things move, which is why I told you guys a while ago, I've been slowing down on specific dollar cost averaging, and I'm moving over to newer tokens here to see what happens. Because I already have enough of what I deem as like acceptable amount of like a Matic or Arbitrum or, you know, Turbo, stuff like that. Now I'm moving over to these new Tron tokens just to tend to take a little bit more YOLO plays, because I got money to deploy, right? I got money, but I don't necessarily want to go too heavy into the same altcoins over and over and over again. Hey, Crypto Ricky, do they have good pizza in Washington? Depends on where you go. Typically speaking, I think we have okay pizza. I kind of like wood-fired pizza that has like a little bit of a crunch to the crust. It's very hard to find that here personally, but I like that thin New York style pizza. But I don't want too much flop. It's almost like that one guy that goes like one bite only type of thing. But I usually I don't like cheese pizza. I like to have something else, like some meat on it or something like pepperoni. But yeah, it's usually pretty good here. When I go out to eat though, I'm usually a seafood guy. I think Washington has spoiled me as far as seafood's concerned. Oh boy, yeah. The hunting HTX liquidations on Bitcoin I read. That can definitely be happening right now. Right now, most liquidations are on the higher end here. I don't know if you guys watch Crypto Face, but he talks about that a lot. There's a lot of liquidation points up north, not so many down south. Right now, we're just looking at this level of support and just, hoping that we can hold on to it right here. What about Order Coin? Let me know and I can take a look at it. Craving deep dish right now. Italian pizza sounds good right now as well. I don't really have many pizza places by me. There's a pizza place by me. I think it's maybe about like 15 minutes away. But last time I checked, the pizza was like 30, 40 bucks, so I just I avoid it at all costs. There's no pizza that's worth like 30, 40 bucks. I mean, it could taste wonderful, but it's not going to be worth 30, 40 bucks. There's just fucking no way. All right, let me do something very fast. I got this cigar here. I don't want it to go bad, and I'm gonna light her up here. There we go. Oh, this is still a wonderful smoke. But yeah, let's see what's going on here. Altcoins are making a little bit of a rebound here today. I don't see too much going on, but yeah, it's just another one of those days where everything's going a little bit more sideways here, you know? And the big news happens to be Gary Gensler. So let me go over here towards X and let me type in Bitcoin here and see what's going on. Why does it start right there? Okay, there we go. If Bitcoin touches 73,500 by the end of the month, I will give 1 Bitcoin. No, this is such a lie. I don't like how X allows people to lie like this. I guess that's part of free speech though, isn't it? That moment when you finally understand Bitcoin. Oh yeah, you're just chilling. While you are scared someone just bought $191 million worth of Bitcoin from Coinbase. I mean, yeah. This is why long-term holders typically do well when it comes to Bitcoin. Bitcoin after the 2024 halving, yeah. What? Oh, expectation. I was like, that did not happen. Bitcoin just crashed 15%. It's over. Yeah. Probably why I bought Bitcoin yesterday. Relax, Bitcoin still around 60,000. Me knowing my portfolio is 99% alts. I mean, yeah, that'll have a thing. Let's see. Yeah, there's just not much going on here. Let's see. Crypto says the minute Bitcoin breaks 70,000, it's game over for bears. I wouldn't even say it's 70,000 though. I would put it like 72,000 bucks just because of but he's more of an entertainer. What am I talking about? There we go. Right now, all I want to see Bitcoin do is have a blast off effect over here, and I'm going to short it over here most likely. That's all I'm looking for. Inflation? Yeah, but inflation doesn't make a pizza that expensive. That's absolutely insane right there. I don't mind if Dogecoin drops a little more, I could buy a bigger bag. A lot of people like to buy more Dogecoin and buy a lot more assets there. I'm up for it for the most part. It's just, right now, I'm like, oh. I'm still holding Bitcoin. I'm still holding Dogecoin from like 2020, right? It's been a very long time of holding it. I've already made a bunch of money off of it. Now I'm just like, I can wait for Dogecoin. I can wait for it. I'm in no rush as far as Dogecoin's concerned right there. Bitcoin's going up no matter who's in office. Who do you think you're clowning? Interest rates are going to drop next month. Bitcoin will hit $80,000. I mean, I'm not saying that Kamala Harris is going to kill Bitcoin or something like that, but policies do matter and they do affect the price of Bitcoin here. Can you imagine if we had regulation a few years ago? Bitcoin would be a lot better off now than it would be, you know, with no regulation that we have right now, because again, Gary Gensler is going crazy right now with how he's attacking every freaking company that even deals with cryptocurrency at this point. And again, I go back to a lot of the inflation we saw back in 2021, 2022. Bitcoin was going sky high during that time. That was under the Biden administration, the Democrat, right? That's fine. I'm talking about how there's actual real world impacts that will affect Bitcoin based off of who's elected and the perceptions that go along with it actually at the same time. I make pizza myself, learn from YouTube, don't buy them with Bitcoin. I want to buy myself a pizza oven, but I didn't do it because I don't have a proper backyard patio area to do it in. And I was like, that seems like more of a nice backyard area. My backyard now, remember I have cows living next to me now, so I'm like hearing moo and shit, and I'm like, oh damn. I chill on my balcony, and I don't want to have one of those heavy ass things on my balcony. But it seems really chill. I used to make pizza in my oven. I have a pizza stone. I mean, I have one. I just don't use it too much because you have to heat up the stone and you gotta do all this other crap for it. I'm like, I'm pretty lazy when it comes to cooking pizza. You know what I do like to make? A calzone. A thin crust calzone is one of my favorite things to eat. I make pizza myself. Oh, there it goes. Invert the Bitcoin chart on Binance on the daily. Does that not look like it's going to drop? Invert it. So you basically just look at this from the upside down view. And you're expecting it to go like that. I mean, yeah. I mean, if you just look at it the normal way, yeah, it looks like Bitcoin's going to want to try to pop back up here again. Whether or not it manages to hold, we'll have to see. But yeah, it looks like it wants to do one last little hurrah over here. Basically making another high in this series of lower highs that we've been having. If I, whoosh, high, whoosh, lower high, then you're going to see shorts attack it down here. Really just depends on how high we can make it. But yeah, right now you're just looking at Bitcoin trying to make that push up here. Oh, and hey, the D3W, happy to see my man. What's up, what's up, what's up? Let me make sure I'm still hitting this cigar here. Maybe I should go to the lounge tonight. I don't even know if I'm going to the lounge, actually. Sorry for the noise right here. I hit the ash, the cigar on this. I don't even know if I'm going to the cigar lounge this Friday. Who knows, who knows, who knows. Now, is there any other news as far as CNBC is concerned? I don't want to stick on here for too long if there isn't. OpenAI to raise funding. Is Chinese e-commerce giant PDD stocks plunge a buying opportunity? No, it is not. Affirm surges 16%. Funny enough, I just bought Affirm like a couple weeks ago. And the only reason I did is because, here. Does it not have it? This one does not. Why is my computer being slow right now? Is my CPU load is going insane. What the heck is causing the seats? Clock speed? What the heck? Oh, this is really weird. Anyway. Where are we at? Can I find it right here? Where's it at? It's in this portfolio or not this portfolio? Liberty. No, it's not this portfolio. What portfolio was it in? BYD. Yeah, I can't believe he owns BYD. He's smart, I guess, right there. Well, Warren Buffett's portfolio has a bunch of Affirm, so I bought that Affirm because of that. I was also going to copy his DaVita play. Did you know that Warren Buffett, I know you guys can't see these small numbers, but did you see that DaVita, he earns a 43% stake in DaVita? If you guys don't know what DaVita is, it's basically like dialysis. This dude is banking on a lot of kidney disease in the future. I mean, a lot of kidney disease. A lot of kidney disease. If he has a 43% stake in DaVita right here. Right, so don't be surprised if you see a swell of kidney disease coming up. I'm really surprised there. And then, of course, Apple, he's selling off a large portion of that. But where is this Ally right there? This one right here? No, Amazon. No, I'll have to find it later on. But yeah, there we go. Bitcoin at 70K. I hate when I have to scroll down this again. March 11th, everybody was so excited. And then you see what happens. Reality hit back in here a little bit more. Sometimes inverting the chart helps get me a different perspective. No, I could definitely see that. I think people who typically buy low and sell lower, they make bad trades. They should do that a little bit more. Grab 65K 100, so 65 100 with a 20K position and sold at 61K. but it was a scalp and I stuck to it even though I knew it was a lower high in the higher time frames. Let's see. Was it a short or a or a long? That's what I want to know. D3W. I told my friend not to buy Bitcoin when it was at 1,000, saying, "Don't worry, it'll drop back down to 400." Now every time he sees me, he asks if I have any other brilliant investment tips. Hindsight. I mean, again, at this point, I know most people that watch me, we all kind of have our own different portfolios. And for me, I have different portfolios for different things. I have my long-term portfolio where I don't even touch it. I'm not going to buy, I'm not going to sell anything out of it. All I do is add Bitcoin to it. Like every time I make money trading, a small portion of that goes to my like retirement Bitcoin portfolio, if you will, where I hold assets like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and then a little bit of goodies just in case something pops off down the road. You never know, but it's like a very high risk type of trade. Then you have your swing trading portfolio, which I typically like quite a bit. And then I have like a merging one with a scalping portfolio and a day trading portfolio. I have all three of those. Right now, the one I'm most excited about is my day trading portfolio because I've been doing a lot more day trades than anything. I haven't been doing many swing trades. You know, I just have not been doing too many swing trades as of late. And I've been okay with that because day trading's been giving me some good profits. I'll wait a little bit, but I think we can all kind of agree Bitcoin's, for the most part, has been kind of boring or depressing as it kind of has these really big moves down. Short big dog. Okay, there you go. Okay, there you go. Okay, I was just making sure there. Just making sure. Quick fundamentals on a firm. Yeah, let me. So if you guys don't know, a firm is basically like buy now, sell later, and there's like a bank and stuff involved as well, but oh, and it's up 15% after earnings. Okay, that was good. Last time I checked, it was like 7% up. So, but I'm not selling it after this earnings. It's a longer term hold. Why is what is going on here? Okay, let me get rid of some tabs. I'm really surprised my thing is getting. Maybe it's the government website. Maybe they were tracking me or something. Okay, affirm. There we go. There we go. Investor relations. And do they not have, there you go, SEC filings. Hold on a second here. Are you kidding me? It won't let me upload it over to won't let me upload it over into ChatGPT, but let me just here it's like a workaway I could do it. It's telling me response 1 or response 2 is better, but it's not actually working right now. If we have to, we can go deep and just kind of look at some of the data here, but that can be a little bit tedious. I'll just hit response 1. All right, let's see if this works. There we go. I don't like how they have these you have to do all these workarounds. There we go. All right, so this is the earnings report today. I haven't actually had a chance to look at it just yet because I was cleaning up the back of my my living room over here. But the financial performance overview: gross merchandise volume is at $7.2 billion in Q4, up 31% year over year. One of the reasons I think this thing is so healthy is because as inflation has kind of gotten out of control over the past few years, people still want all the nice stuff and they're willing to take these, I would say, micro loans. So this is a way for me to get on board with, think of the predatory lending services of the old days of what you may call money tree, payday loans and stuff like that. This is kind of the same way they make money here, if you ask me. Not specifically, but you get the point. People like to have money and have these little loans. Revenue is up to $659 million in Q4, representing a 48% year-over-year growth. Net income is the company posted a net loss of $45 million in Q4 2024, a significant improvement from a loss of $206 million in Q4 2023. Operating income, the company reported an operating loss of $73.5 million, but this was a considerable improvement from the $243.8 million loss in Q4 of 2023. Profitability, adjusting operating income, a firm reports an adjusted operating income of $150 million in the Q4. That looks fine. Let's see. Revenue less transaction costs, $309 million, representing a 70% year-over-year growth. Transaction per active consumer, 4.9 in Q4 to 2024. That's still looking okay. Credit quality, here we go. So 30-day plus delinquencies slightly increased to 2.4% in Q4 from 2.1%. You can see the economy is getting worse in that number here, but overall, we're still looking pretty good. 60-day delinquencies, 1.5%, up from 1.2. That is still good. And 90-day plus delinquencies remain steady at 0.06. That's good. That means people are still able to pay back their debt, if you will. Here, let me see. Let me see if I can change that. Give me a second here. It should be fine now, I think. Affirm plans to continue growing its network, including launching in the UK by the end of 2024. Conclusions, okay. Affirm Holdings is showing strong growth in revenue and GMV, along with significant improvements in profitability metrics such as adjusted operating income and margin. While the company is still operating at a net loss, the loss has been greatly reduced and the company expects to achieve a GAAP profitability by Q4 of 2025. Credit quality remains stable, although there has been a slight increase in delinquencies. The company has a solid funding capacity and liquidity positioning it well for continued expansion and product development. So right now, basically, people apparently need a lot of loans, but they're still doing okay by paying back the loans because they're in such small amounts. Most of the time, I think the average payment back is like 50 to 100 bucks a month, so it's not too much money there. They're still operating at a loss, but at least things are getting better. And I believe because they are operating at a loss, in my opinion here, kind of like extract some extra stuff out of this. Where's my face at? There we go. Because they're operating at a loss here, it makes it a little bit of a cheaper asset, if you will. So let me show you something here. And hey, Lock Sky, happy to see you. Thanks for being a member as always. Good old Gary never learns. Dude, Gary doesn't have to learn. He's backed by politicians. That's the worst type of thing. See how they have their income right there? But the market cap is only around $10 billion. It's actually not too much. I mean, it's decent, but it's, you know. Go over here to monthly. The heck is going on here? Closed? Does that close it? Okay, there we go. You can see how it dropped back down here after like the 2021 rally. Going down a lot. Got some back over here, 12, 13. And it popped back up to 50. Maybe I should have sold, but now it's at 30. And I believe after today, after hours, Affirm is at $36. You know, so it's doing okay right now. It's doing fine. But this is, if you remember, I started talking about how I wanted to buy Hood a long time ago. Now, the reasoning for that was because I wanted it to be bought out by another company because I hate the CEO of Hood after the GameStop fiasco. Remember, I loaded up over here on $10. Now it's around $20. You know, I've sold a little bit off here, but I'm enticed. And freaking this has a income, right? This actually only has like $300 million of income, but it's at 17 billion. So I believe you should see a firm continue to go higher here over the next few years. Would I buy it today after that pop? Probably not, though. I'd probably like to buy it if it dips back down a little bit more. And hey, Lots Guy, thanks for gifting a membership. And OP Mary Productions, there you go. Say thank you if you're here. Just curious if you tried straddle Bitcoin with leverage, longs and shorts, like buying, call, and put options. The volatility is there, maybe? I don't trade Bitcoin options personally, but I just use leverage. But I suppose it would work, especially since we're in a nice kind of range right now. Month over month, we're pretty much doing the same thing. Sure, we're going lower overall, but I don't think that'd be necessarily a bad strategy to test out. I think the best thing you could do, though, is just try to make sure that when you do open that trade, it's more in the middle of that range and not looking so much at a big level of support and a big level of resistance. Otherwise, you'd be just more profitable going against the grain, like, you know, buying at support or shorting at resistance levels there. Oh, but Mike, if you make money off ads, it's very small inconvenience on my end. Would you rather be able to make some money? No, I usually have it off. I think YouTube's been turning it on every now and again. I think it's just my mistake. Yeah, but I mean, you guys know I don't really hide how much money I make from YouTube and stuff. It's generally, okay. I try to be very transparent about how YouTubers make money so you kind of understand why YouTubers, especially in the crypto space, why they try to get you guys so excited and everything, right? If I go over here to my content and I go over here to live and I go to maybe yesterday's stream where I was streaming for 2 hours, okay? 2 hours. Oh, no, yeah, 2 hours right here. Right, I earned $7 off of that. I did a day trade with you guys that was far more profitable than $7. So, trust me, we're good. We're good. I usually don't have them on there because they don't make much money and it's not worth the inconvenience for me, because what I would hate is if one of you guys asked me a question and then I see the question after a few minutes of talking with everybody, get answer everybody else's questions, and then at that exact moment I started to answer your question, boom, the ad goes on and you can't see what's going on. That I feel would be bad. But yeah, don't worry about it. It's like $7. I think I'll survive, especially since I do the day trade with you guys as well. One of the things I'm hoping to do Friday during the middle of the day, because I don't know how long it's going to take me to get to Seattle on Friday. I don't know if I'm doing a stream on Friday. I'll let you guys know. But I have to go up to Seattle, and I might do a midnight stream when I get back around like 12:30 at night or something like that. I might go live at that time. But yeah, I'm just not entirely sure. Let's see right here. What do you think? Portal token is Steam of Portal token is Steam of blockchain? Let me just type something in here very fast. Yeah, Portal. I haven't checked out Portal token too much. I mean, if you're talking about the Steam of blockchain, nothing is the Steam of blockchain yet. Nothing has manifested itself as that supreme being, if you will. $69 million market cap. There's no way that's the Steam of what do you call it just yet. Let me go over here to the website and give it a quick peek. What the heck is that tentacle shit? Creeping me out. Oh, is this how I scroll down? Oh, okay. Gaming Unleashed, any player, any game. Log in, one click. All your game items in one place. 200 plus games. It's on its way to being, I guess you could say, because I see it has a lot of games on here. But as far as I see, that token is not really showing a lot of growth here. Let's see. Maybe I'll try to play some of these games with you guys. Discover Portal coin. I mean, it still says Portal is launching soon. The coin is already out, so they need to update this a little bit here. How do I find out the games? Here's Portal. Okay. No, I just want to play the game. I want to play games. Maybe if I go to their X account here. Portal Pay, yes. I don't know. I'll start looking for Web3 games here, and I'm going to start looking to play them a little bit more. I think I need to buy my new PC before I do it, though, because this game, if the GPU or whatever gets a little hot or some shit like that, it's always fucking over on me here, so we'll have to wait to see. What are all these Tron tokens everyone's talking about? It's like the soul meme coins. Haram. Exactly that. Exactly that right there. Exactly. I just had it up. Oh, but I did a bookmark here because I knew it was going to happen. So yes, it just like how Solana meme coins had their initial rally, everybody is thinking that Tron tokens will have the same type of move. Remember, Tron is at it's number 10 on the coin market cap list here. It is very, very good. BitTorrent, Ape NFT, these are things I don't necessarily care about because they've been around for a long time. They're doing their thing, but they're just there. Sun token, $300 million market cap. Oh yeah, I bought some of this. Just token, bought some of this. Sundog bought some of this. Are they profitable right now? Yeah, but are they crazy profitable? No, because I didn't buy when they were really, really dirt cheap, like at $5-10 million market cap. I bought when they're like, you know, where they are right now, basically, because I just started seeing them. I got a message a few weeks ago from a friend at Tron saying, hey, now they can make meme coins, and he was like, dude, you should try to make a meme coin for fun. Not share it with you guys and stuff, but just like see the process of it. And I haven't done it just yet because I went to Philadelphia, but I am interested in trying to make a meme coin and seeing how it turns out. You guys will probably never see it though, because again, I don't want you guys buying something where I have no idea how the process of meme coins works. But again, those three tokens are kind of the it tokens right now. Behind that is Wink Link. It's at $90 million market cap. You got a few that are really cheap down here. I think these are kind of cool to look at as well. But these are like high risk, and the places you're going to be able to buy these are very, very difficult. Like here's Bulls, $10 million market cap, 10 million. You can only swap for it, and that's it. You can only swap for it right now. Bulls should be interesting because again, the logo of Tron is a bull, I guess you would say here. I got the little logo thing right here. So I'm interested to see where this goes. But basically, everybody's thinking like, oh, this could be the next big thing. So when you hear people start to talk about that, if Bitcoin turns around over the next few days and everything gets more exciting and things like that, I would expect... I would expect money to start flowing into these things quite a bit. I mean, I don't... Let me see. Do I have... So Sundog here. Is Sundog in the weeks thing? I'm not logged in because I have to use my phone number and all this other type of crap. I got a lot of security on my stuff nowadays. But okay, so... Let's get rid of that one. So this one is Sundog. So let's go over here, look for Sundog. Basically SUN. So it's not there for spot. Is it there in the futures? There it is. They got Sun and Sundog right here. And the margin goes up to... Let's see. Hold on, I gotta do this dumb star shit. I think I might have to enter in a code on my phone. Oh no, this one's the email verification. Ugh. Alright, hold on, give me a second. Okay, there we go. All right, so the margin is for this one, you can go up to... Yes, I've already done this. I've already done it. Oh my God, you can do 200x margin when it, oh, this is Bitcoin. Oh God, that scared the crap out of me. I was like, there's no way they're gonna let that happen for Sundog. Okay, here's Sundog. Yeah, 20x is the max here. 20x is the max. And you can see, let's go to the daily chart. It's fairly new on weeks right here. But again, I think it's kind of fun to try to trade some of these things. Let me see if I can. See. Count. Wait, what? I got logged out. I don't understand. Oh, there it goes. It went back to normal. Okay. Let's see. This is not the right week's account then, so that means I need to go over here. Well, I'll do it later. Later on tonight, I'm going to open up my other week's account. I got like week's accounts for my main Gmail. I got week's accounts for my, what do you call it? My business Gmail, if you will. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy some of those up with like 2x leverage and just let them ride and see what happens. Maybe 3, maybe 4, maybe 5x leverage. I don't know. No, 3x leverage is max. 3x leverage was, 3x leverage was probably better for like turbo, I guess. So I think 3x leverage might be the best way to go. Like literally 10, 20 bucks and see what happens with it, right? And hey, Lockside, thanks for the gifted membership. I really do appreciate it, my man. Thoughts on Toncoin going down for like 8 hours? The price action actually hasn't been awful since that news happened. I'm assuming there's some shit going down. I would not be touching that thing with a 10-foot pole right now. It almost reminds me a little bit of a Luna right now. I'm like, uh-oh, what's going on here? There's the court system. He's being tried in France. Europe right now does not have the best civil liberties going on for it, if you will. Not tyrannical, just not the best, right? And so I'm a little bit more concerned that they're going to try to take down Toncoin here. And we'll see what happens, but it's not good news. Let's just say this. It's not good news. The price action hasn't been horrible, though. The big move happened primarily when he was arrested. And hey, Gotham, RWA, specify what that is, because I only know OpenSea for the most part. And hey, damn crypto, happy to see my man. My Dogecoin stream price isn't working. The Bitcoin price, Robinhood price is broken. Dogecoin price too. Oh, that probably just happened recently. Hold on a second here. I can always change that really fast, like really, really fast. They gave me a dashboard because I rent so many servers from them. View server. Only thing is I already have it muted. Perfect. There we go. There we go. Let me check out the Dogecoin server. It might have just froze for a little bit. Bitcoin, Dogecoin. Let's see what's happening there. There we go. I don't know why that was down though. That's moving now. This is back to 59,000. Everything there is working, and we need to have some music playing. Oh, it's like frozen a little bit here. Let's see. No, the server is way too slow right now. See how that's loading right there? The server could be slowed for whatever reason. Let me just open up a new page. Let's get rid of the old one. All of a sudden, it's going to work nice and well. Station. Yeah, see how fast it works if you just take away that. And let's play. I need new music for the Dogecoin stream here, it looks like. There we go. Should do the trick. Ah, there we go. That's probably what happened with it. There we go. Okay, exit out without any problems. There we are. Get out of that, and we're good to go. All right. You put the Bitcoin one on when you go to sleep? Hey, I appreciate that a lot, my man. Jasmine to 0.009, then back down to 0.025, then 0.3. Oh, I'm hoping we have a good move there. Then Jasmine's, I've been hearing a lot of people do a lot more day trading with Jasmine as of late. The two coins, a lot of my friends that trade, they've been trading Jasmine, and they've been trading Pendle. Pendle has been something that I was not expecting. What do you think about base memes? Volume is low right now, but when Ethereum is flying, I think a lot of money is going to flow into the base. I think you're right. For me though, I'd rather just have some positions already in there. I don't want to be caught hopping in late to those type of tokens, because usually when they run, they just run, and the longer they run, the more fearful I am that I'm catching on to the FOMO. So I typically just try to own them before they pop, even if it means I'm holding some bags before the move ultimately happens. Usually the moves are so extreme that you're going to be fine with them. But I mean, like when we're talking about these memes right here, these are the future big memes that everybody's hoping for. Sun Pepe, I mean, like, it's down 29%. The market cap is around 2 million. I know you have to swap for it, but this thing could be huge one day. Again, it's worth tossing in like 20, 50 bucks, but no more than that type of stuff, because again, it's at $2.5 million market cap. It's up 38% in an hour. That's because only like a few people bought it. The market cap's trash right now. Good morning coin, Bulls, Fofar meme. I don't know what that is, but you know, there's some things going on right now, and I kind of want to be a part of it. Unfortunately for me, you know, you can't really buy any of these tokens besides Sundog, Just, and Sun. And even Just might be a little bit more difficult to buy here. What, 300 million market cap? Let's see. Is this on any of the exchanges that I know that I can trade? I don't. Do I have access to OKX now? And not available in my region, right? Yeah. So, being in Washington State, I can't use Binance, I can't use OKX, I can't use Bybit, I can't use Upbit, can't use that. Can't use that. Can't use that. Okay, there we go. Weeks. There we go. We can buy it on Weeks. So if you guys want to buy some of these tokens, it looks like Weeks is taking the charge here and really doing some good there. I have a link down below if you want to buy it. Weeks is really grown on me as a place where you can buy low market cap tokens in America. Because goddamn, they're stopping me from buying them anywhere else, aren't they? So I'm gonna keep track of some of these here. Again, market cap is 300 million. That's fantastic. That's a great market cap right there. It's cheap, but you know, affordable, but not like so cheap that you're like, oh damn, this thing can be rug pulled and stuff. We're seeing some pretty solid moves here. I'm gonna have to talk with a friend here and see if he knows any new meme coins coming out to market. And yeah, I'll try to let you guys know if he says anything, because those Tron coins seem to be taking off. They just have to have the word Sun in it as the owner. And I think that makes a little bit more of a powerful move there. Jasmine for the win. There we go. I'm on the sidelines right now waiting for the next move. I think everybody's on the sidelines right now. I already did my day trade yesterday. I'm happy with the results. I've been doing some moves in the stock market here. That's been kind of fun. But yeah, besides that, there's just not really too much going on here over the last 24 hours after that drop. You can see the sideways action. It's nice. It's beautiful. But ultimately, that momentum is still bringing us down here. BTCC doesn't have it. They tried to sponsor my channel a while ago, but I didn't get back to them because I already had enough sponsors. I don't want to be that guy who has like 1,000 sponsors. Mostly because when I deal with a sponsor, you know, like let's say I'm working right now with JumpX, you can see right there, Blowfin and so forth. I have relationships with the people at the exchange. I typically just don't, like if an exchange just says, hey Michael, we want you to promote us, we'll give you this much money, this much revenue share, that's what we'll give you. I typically kind of ignore them unless I know who they are. And my contact at CoinW that you guys know, they sponsored me a while ago, he just moved over to JumpX. And so I followed him to JumpX primarily because Fairdesk is sunsetting this month and it's merging into JumpX. So I was like, oh, this is perfect. That way I have somebody that I know I can talk with and I can give you guys a better deal. The guy that works for JumpX now from CoinW, he is a miracle worker at getting me, at helping me get you guys the best deals possible. That's why if you guys use my JumpX link, which I have in the comments, you guys get 10% rebates. And that basically means that if you guys trade $100 of, well, how would I say this? You guys are day trading all day, you guys have some big leverage positions, whatever it is, and let's say you have $100 in fees for the whole day, right? For some of you guys it may be a lot, some of you guys it may be very little. But let's say you have $100 at the end of the day, right? Well, at the end of the day, you're going to get $10 back into your spot account, and you can reinvest that, do whatever you want to. But for as long as you're using JumpX, you're going to get that 10% back all the time, which I think is really, really nice. Mostly because you guys know that fees can eat you up over time. And some of you guys, you know, as we've had like one-on-one meetings and stuff like that, some of you guys like to trade with like 100x leverage with large amounts of money, and the fees could be in the hundreds of dollars. So, you know, if you have like within a week, you have like maybe a couple $1,000s of fees because you're going so gung-ho, it's nice to get like 10% back of that, and you could put it into YOLO coins, you can do whatever you want with it, but you have that money to reinvest and trade back into the market, which I think is pretty nice. I know the people that have more capital to invest are going to probably feel the money a little bit more because it is just 10%, but I do think that 10% is fairly nice, and I hope you guys enjoy it when you guys are trading. So I had to work for that one a little bit, and then I got you guys the VIP 3. I mean, let me see what I got you guys. Yeah, and when it's no KYC, no VPN needed, you know, and you get VIP 3, which basically means you guys don't pay as many fees in the first place. So I try to make the fees as little as possible because a lot of what we do here is leveraged swing trading when the market presents itself. And has the market presented itself lately? No, but it will eventually. But I did look at BTCC a few times, and the exchange looks nice. I like it though. And it's not even an exchange that sponsors me. I know it looks nice. Can Bitcoin pull back to the 56,800 level? It sure can. Yes, it can. But honestly, when I'm looking at this, what's up with you? Giving me a stare like you want to go outside. Good? Okay, I might have to take a look at it in a little bit. For me, I think Bitcoin might go all the way back down here to the $56,000 level, and it might even start plunging back over the next couple weeks, back down here to low 50s. Right now, I'm just not too optimistic about what I'm seeing right here. I'm just not. You're seeing how today, right now, we're going MACD bearish, bearish, bearish. Last time the momentum all shifted all in the same direction. We had a beautiful move here. I could see a beautiful short opening up here, and we'll see how this comes out. Like maybe, let me go over here to Google. I got so many Google accounts. It's absolutely insane. Let me do this. Here, let's do a small trade here. But let's not do the trade open in Bitcoin. Let's do a 10x trade. Let's do $1,000 trade here. Oh yeah, it's $1,000 is fine. And then the target price, let's say, is going to be right over here on 56.5. And the stop loss right now might be something around, if we're at 59,000, might be somewhere up around 60,000 bucks. 6,000, is that fair enough? I don't even think. Yeah, let's just do 60,000. And that's because I don't want to see any like craziness if we do like a bigger pop, because I've already seen this so far as we can just go boom, attack the, you know, look at the liquidations are right there, boom, and then we, you know, come back down here. That see, I still want to give this some time to cook here, so maybe I'll do. No, I still want to give this more time to cook here. Because like I said, I can still see us coming up a little bit more before ultimately making that dive down. And I don't want to be stopped out overnight for a move that'll most likely happen tomorrow morning when the markets open back up. Or better yet, what I'll do just for my own sanity, I'll still make the trade. Instead of 1,000, we'll do $500, not 5,000, $500. And then the stop loss will be $61,000, and we'll open up a small short position here. All right, we'll see how that works out. So I'm either going to lose $168 or I'm going to walk away with $209. I'd prefer to walk away with more money, but I think for now I can adjust that as I see the market moving here later on tonight and tomorrow. Because I would have preferred, like I told you guys before, I would have preferred to see it will come up here and then take a short over here. So I might double down tonight if it moves back up there. There we go. But yeah, took a small short. It's not going to hurt me if I lose a couple $100. You guys know that, but we'll keep a close eye on it. HTX. Oh, I don't know if I have. Do I have HTX? Maybe I do have access to it now. Before it used to have that same banner as MEXC. I'm not going to sign up for it, but maybe I do have it now, which could be interesting to see. What do I think about Harris unrealized gains taxes? Oh, pardon my French, but it's like one of the most fucking stupid things I've ever heard of, to be honest. It would just really mess up the way the entire market structure to work. And again, like, there are ways to tax the wealthy if you want to do that. Sure, I'm okay with it. I'm fine with taxing the wealthy. Unrealized gains is not the way you want to do it. Because remember, all of those gains are coming from future profits. So you're pretty much asking like the rich to pay a lot of money now, and then they're not going to pay hardly any taxes down the road because they've already paid those taxes on them. And then what happens if they have unrealized losses? Unrealized losses would just give them so many freaking tax breaks. Like, imagine there's a year where the market goes down, like 2022 when they were raising rates. Imagine a year like that and all those losses showing up on the books. The taxes would be like non-existent at that point. It would be insane. So again, I understand you want to tax the rich. I am okay with you taxing rich. Like, personally, I'm okay with taxing the ultra wealthy. I'm fine with it. If pay the fair share, whatever, yeah, I'm fine with that. But you got to do it in a way that's realistic, and you're not just taxing. Like, I don't want you to overtax people like Elon Musk who like are building certain things and they're trying to drive innovation. I don't want to like tax that stuff. Like, I'd prefer to get to Mars like in my lifetime, and I don't want the taxes to be a reason or a high relation to be a barrier to that. But like, if there's some elite family that owns a lot of money and assets and stuff like that, yeah, you can raise their capital gains tax. So every time they sell out of their trust fund or something, sure. But like, I'm really picky about how I designate my taxes, and most people aren't going to agree with me how I'd like the taxes would be done. But I'm no tax expert, so don't even take what I say with a grain of salt. But that's one of the stupidest things I've ever heard. Remember, she wants to do price controls too. Price controls is another stupid thing to do. Like, if I'm a business owner and the government says you cannot charge more than this for that good, you know what I'm doing? I'm taking my capital and I'm going to make something else that is not capped. I'm going to have to move those resources somewhere else because now I know that I'm not going to be able to make enough money off of that good. The growth isn't there, which is nope. I ain't trusting that shit. Canada? Oh man, Canada's lovely compared to the United States. Who I really feel bad for is those of you guys in New York and Texas. I hear you guys have completely different laws around the exchanges. So even some of the exchanges that I work with, you guys can't even use them just because you're in Texas, just because you're in New York, which I think is stupid. With 15% on the daily earn on HTX. Oh, that's absolutely fantastic right there. Yeah, so you're making some good tokens. That reminds me of the BitGet token. Remember, we bought BitGet token back in like 2021 at like 6 cents, and then we sold it at $1, and I think it's even higher than $1 right now. Let me see. BitGet, BGB. There we go. It's at 95 cents right now, but it spiked up to $1.50. I mean, like $1.42. I mean, this thing went crazy. And again, I bought it way over here back in 2021, and look at that. Ooh yeah, ooh yeah, ooh, that was beautiful. And it's come back down since then, and I sold it too early. But you know what? 6 cents to $1. Oh, you better believe I'm selling that shit. That's freaking fantastic. That was beautiful. I love that move. I really did love that move. I'm talking about a market cap from like 300 million all the way up here to probably like around $1 billion. Because I didn't sell at the very top when it was like almost 2 billion, but that was a good one. That was a long time ago though. I haven't bought anything like that for a while. I know Weeks has a token now, and I've been buying that up. I don't have too many because I dollar cost average a little bit of my profits into it. But there it is. $29 million market cap. Thing is tiny. So I'm like, why not? If this exchange is doing pretty well for itself, it has a lot of cool little tokens that I like, I might as well buy into it and see where it goes in 10 years or so. Now it might only be 1 or 2 years because again, the way the markets kind of cycle and pump. But I mean, $29 million market cap, I can live with that. I can definitely live with that. I don't think they have a good earn program like HTX does though. So I'll have to, well, let me see. Let me double check this real fast. Oh, please don't make me log in again. Please don't make me log in again. Let me just click on this. Be logged in. Be logged in. I am logged in. Yes. So WTX zone. Yeah, I'm pretty much using it to get pre-sales on other tokens. No, become a VIP. No, I'm already all that stuff. No, they don't have like an earn thing here. They don't have an earn thing on Weeks. And I'm thinking part of the reason is, honestly, you've been seeing a lot of the exchanges that have the earn programs. Those have been getting targeted by the SEC a little bit faster than those that don't have them. And I'm wondering if it's just the interest rates. They don't like that type of stuff. But I mean, I love getting interest on my crypto. It's one of the best things you can do for it. I don't do it for my very long-term assets, but if you're playing by the cycle and you buy everything when the market's crashing and burning, you just want to put that in there because you know you're going to hold it for like 5-6 months. What's the harm in doing the earn program, right? But I don't see many exchanges these days in the US that actually have those earn programs. There are some, but I'm saying there's not a lot of them. And you make about 100,000 a day, yeah. So you're fine, and you're great. We need some price control on the rent. Some landlords raise rent 5,000% in 1 month. Some landlords abuse rent price hikes. Dude, trust me, I get it. I'm not talking about price controls on rent and stuff like that. I'd rather just I would be okay with the government going in and mandating a certain amount of houses being built, and they subsidize those houses being built, meaning that the price of houses will come down. I am okay with the price of houses. Like if my house's value dropped by like 30% and there was a bunch more houses at different parts around Washington state for people to buy and live in, I'd be okay with that because you know what? I'd still have a house and I'd be paying less taxes on that house. I can see the benefit for that. Now, for those people who look at houses as something of like you buy it and the value goes up and you sell it eventually, that would be the pain, and those people would probably be against that, and I understand. I totally get you. For apartments though, I don't think with the law, so I'm in Washington state, we have a lot of laws against landlords and stuff from doing stuff like that. What I've noticed is the bureaucracy doesn't really seem to hold those people who break the laws accountable. So you can see a lot of places around the country, I'm just kind of imagining outside of Washington, where there's a law in place that says, hey, if this house is unlivable because there's some type of broken refrigerator, there's mold or something like that, technically they're supposed to pay for the mold to be taken out, the new refrigerator, the new water tank, the new whatever to be like the new electrical wire. They got to pay for that to be fixed, but a lot of times you see them, they're not. And then you could complain to the city about it, but the city doesn't really ultimately do much to force the landlord to finish those tasks or repair the facilities, if you will. I think there needs to be more investment in that sector. But what's taken up that brain power and manpower has been the homelessness crisis among a lot of cities. And that's what typically happens. All the manpower here is focused on the homelessness and not on the housing crisis. There are tons of apartments being built up. There are tons of houses being built up. It's just not enough depending on where you live. Like I live around Seattle. Well, guess what? There's a lot of people moving up here, way more than we can handle. And so all these house buildings, it's just like, it's slowing down the problem, but the problem's still here. Like, let me see. All right, so let's go over here very fast. This is Tacoma. Let me exit out of Tacoma here very fast. So this is Tacoma. This is what you call a blue-collar town. It is now becoming upscale because Seattle is so overpopulated, everybody's moving south, okay? So I used to live in one of these like more run-down type buildings. Okay, it wasn't run down, it was actually kind of nice, but it's not like premium with all the bells and whistles, like a gym and stuff inside of it. It's not like that. I lived in this building. Okay, now the reason I liked it was because obviously I had a beautiful view of the water. You guys remember, if you guys first started watching me when I first started streaming, I was living here in this apartment complex. Now, what they're doing now is they're building up a lot of new apartments on the sketchy side of town. And one of them was, I think, oh, what's it called? There's a college over here that makes it a little bit worse. 7 C's. I know it just said lofts here. There's lofts here. Let's see. Lofts. Yeah, brewery lofts, okay? There's like lofts like this, where they're refurbishing everything to try to make everything as fast as possible. They're trying to make it nice and livable. You can see stuff like that. Wood. Trying to make it homey and stuff as much as they can. Still got massive ass cracks in the wood right there. You guys can see that on the right hand side. But if I go over here to the website, oh, why can't I actually click on this and go to the website? There we go. If you want to get into these tiny lofts, and I mean tiny, 1,000 square feet. Oh, they don't even have the prices anymore. Oh, they don't even have the prices anymore. Yeah, they don't. Okay, never mind. They used to have the prices. They're like $2,000 for a small little apartment, basically. There's another one over here. Can I find there's a hospital over here? There it is. It's right here. Napoleon Apartments. So this is the new one. No rent till 10/1. Oh, I guess they would have given you like a month free or something like that. Okay, floor plans. 412 square feet, 490 square feet for $1,200. If you want 500 square feet to 600 square feet, that's going to cost you $1,500. If you want, call for details. Oh shit. If you want 1,000 square feet, that's going to cost you about $2,200. That's 2 bedroom, 2 bath. And that's what it's going to look like. Bedroom right here, a tiny living room, a very tiny kitchen, and a couple bathrooms. It's just not enough, right? God, the call for details are kind of driving me nuts. Call for details. Okay, one more thing. Then you're like, oh wait, so if you want to get cheap, maybe you have to live somewhere out in the boonies, right? Like I live out here. I live out in, what cows are my neighbors. If you go over to where my grandparents live over towards here, they just plowed out this entire new thing for houses. But they also got apartments that are now here. So let's say you want to get an apartment, Glacial Run Apartments. And again, if you want to go from here, directions to, let's say you work in Seattle. Okay? That's going to take you about an hour to get to work, not in rush hour. If you depart at, let's say, 6 o'clock in the morning, It's gonna take you about an hour to 2 hours and 10 minutes, okay? 1 to 2 hours, okay? And that's 1 to 2 hours back during rush hour at the same time, okay? And there have been days where it's taking me 3 hours to get from Seattle back to my apartment down here in Tacoma, okay? It can take a while. So you're like, but you're far away. You're very far away from the city. You're very far away from everything expensive. And you go down over here and you're like, okay, look at the map. It's all beautiful, yada, yada, yada. I don't want to apply. I just want to see the floor plans. There you go. Right? 750 square feet is going to cost you $1,600. They know there's demand. And so, yeah, they're going to do everything. But the state wants them to build this in the first place. So what do? They say, hey, if you build right here, right? If you build right here, this is going to make it cheaper because the people that build this built that. They built all these condos over here. And because they built all these condos over here, they got a really good discount. So the government won't do these price controls and like manage the prices because they just want them to be built. And they're so desperate for houses to be built. They're making the incentives very lucrative for these guys. So they're the ones making all the money. And the poor people who want to like live out here to save money, they're not really saving money. It costs the same amount to live right here as it is like in some downtown spots over here. You know what I mean? So nothing's going to change there. But again, I'm in a high... People want to live here. I mean, I guess, you know, we got the nature shit. You know, I look out my window, I look at stuff, I get to see mountains and stuff. It's peaceful. And I got green grass, you know, it's peaceful. And I also go fishing, all this other stuff. It's very, very nice. Again, that being said, you know, I just don't see the way the governments are going to try to incentivize incentivize people to build and invest in new apartment complexes, housing and stuff. There has to be a lot of money involved for them to want to do it. And the states are bending over backwards to give them everything they want right now. At least in my neck of the woods. At least in my neck of the woods. But all the craftsmen's homes and built big overpriced condos? Oh yeah. Condos are wild out here. I don't even like condos anymore. I used to want a condo so bad. Then I realized how much the fees are. I realized you can't have nice dogs there anymore. There are so many other rules, and the homeowners associations with those things are just insane. So yeah, it's a rough scene, guys. We'll do a video about that one day or something like that. What do you think about Canada Company buying 7-Eleven companies? I think it's smart on their part. The corner street stores are always going to be profitable. They've always been doing a good thing. The only thing that ever stops a corner street store from becoming too profitable is usually crime. It's usually just crime. But if you're in a nice neighborhood and you have a nice corner store, you're happy. If you're in a sketchy neighborhood and you have a sketchy corner store, that poor owner is probably not making as much money as you think. Enough to live off of, but not, you know, pure millionaires type of status, right? People live in California, they should move to Mexico than work in California since they live close to USA, Mexico border. So, oh, and a Chinese company bought SWATs. Oh, dude, a real MFR, that's crazy. So, okay, so I don't know if you've really been to Mexico too much. Usually if you want to travel to Mexico, I typically recommend staying kind of away from the border, to be honest. I don't actually like the border towns. That's usually a lot of drugs and crime over there. I don't want to be like sound racist or shit, but I'm Honduran or whatever. But yeah, you don't want to be by the border for the most part, okay? Unless you're in some premium gated community, and then you kind of have to leave that nice gated community to get back to the border, go through the line and stuff. It doesn't really seem worth it. What I would say is if you wanted to do something like that, I would just live in Mexico City, where it's nice and a little bit more safe, of course, and I would just ask to work remote. That's kind of what I'd be looking for. I would not want to move to the border towns between America and Mexico. To me, that just seems like a rough time waiting to happen. Yeah, that's a little bit more sketchy if you ask me. I know there's probably some people that do it, I'm sure, but people like me who kind of just afraid of like the known, you know, I don't like to think about that too much. Tijuana. Oh yeah, Tijuana is sketch. Yeah. You might be interested on a real estate here in Bolivia right now is the moment. Hey, Maura, you know, it was actually just a couple years ago I was looking at real estate in Bolivia. I was thinking of buying a house down there in some neighborhoods up on the north side of town. Let me see if I can find it. Because I was thinking of buying multiple properties when I'm in my 40s and basically just have land. And Bolivia usually doesn't have a crazy housing market because there's no real water there, right? I mean, you got lakes and stuff, but like, let me go to Bolivia. Where we at? There we go. You see how there's like a lake over here, but there's not, like, you know, there's no ocean. The ocean belongs to Chile and Peru. So if you go over here, Santa Cruz de la Sierra. If you go across the road over here, go down, there's a lot of nice neighborhoods that are just being built up. This is where I was thinking of buying some land here and seeing where it went. So I don't know if I can actually show you guys a house here. I mean, like, here's some houses. No Google Maps here. Okay, let's go here. See? Nice little house, couple cars, people walking down the streets and whatnot. Nice little neighborhood. It's going to be a private neighborhood most of the time. But you can see some just general nice houses. No bars in the window, nothing like that. It looks very nice. Everybody freaking has to have a truck over here. I mean, everybody has to have a truck. But yeah, I like these neighborhoods quite a bit. My only thing was, well, I guess, yeah, it is right across over. This is what I'm talking about. I'm trying to figure out if I want to live in Latin America or Asia. And Asia keeps on winning this battle for me. Mostly because I really want to go to Thailand. And a lot of my friends have been going to Thailand. I don't know why, but so many of them have been. And I kind of just want to have people I can chill with as soon as I arrive. I thought originally, like, maybe I can move to Bangkok. I'd have friends that move over there. No, like, nobody I know lives in Bangkok for whatever reason. There's a few people that live up here in, like, Chiang Mai, up here, way up here. Right? But then you know where my friends are going? They're going down here to this little Phuket area. Like, everybody that I know moved over here. And I don't know what's so special about this area, but everybody in their, like, family moved out here. Friends moving out there with their cats and dogs and stuff. And I'm like, damn, what's up with this area? And you look at the beaches. The beaches look pretty nice. I wouldn't say they're like the crazy beaches, but they're nice, right? Look at that. That's a nice beach, right? That's what I want to see. That's a nice beach. Fishing boats and whatnot. Nice little dock to walk around. Little mopeds and stuff. Thailand's kind of calling my name here. And on top of that, it would allow me to go to all the events that happen over here. So I'd be going to the Dubai events. I'd be going over to the Singapore events. If I can find Singapore, there we go. And I'd be going to the Japan events and the South Korea events right here. And I would come back over here for maybe a few months out of the year to go to Austin for Consensus, and then go over here for wherever the Bitcoin conference is. Next year, the Bitcoin conference is going to be in the desert in Las Vegas. Oh, so I talked with the guy. I don't have the code for you guys to go to Bitcoin and Las Vegas next year just yet. He's making it for me, and then when he does, I will let you know when I have it. But Sean is making it for me. He's a really chill dude. But yeah, I've been it's so bad that I know I'm gonna leave the United States. I just know it already. But like, I'm gonna leave the United States. But I'm gonna come back and visit. I'm gonna keep this house. I'm not gonna sell this house. I'm gonna have this house, a little bit extra thing. But I don't think I'm gonna rent it out. That's the thing. I might rent out the bottom floor, and I'm not gonna rent out the top. I think that's the goal here. And then I'm gonna have basically this as a guest house on top for any friend that wants to crash here. They're like, hey, Michael, I'm going to Washington. Can I use your house for free? I'm just gonna say, hey, man, no worries. Come on over, enjoy the house. This house is nothing fancy, guys. I want to promise you that now. I'm pretty frugal with my money. I get those small luxuries. Like I only fly first class nowadays. Those small luxuries and stuff, that's where my money goes to. But you know, I can pay for like, you know, whatever the TV is and the speaker system and stuff. But besides that, I'm pretty frugal. Try Bali. Lots of crypto people there, I know. It's a little bit more difficult to get a dog in Bali, I've heard. That's the only thing. But if I can get Loki down there, I would love to like just live down there for a couple months, rent a villa, have a fun time. You know, once I'm over in Asia, dude, I can get Loki and me a yacht trip, a private jet, anywhere that's not too expensive. You know, it'll cost some money, but it's affordable, right? Over here, a private jet, it's not affordable, not affordable at all. Yeah, maybe I gotta do those crypto face trades where I'm trading like, you know, $500,000, $7 million. That's the type of stuff I gotta be doing. A lot of American expats moving to the Philippines. I've been seeing that a lot. My mom's former caretaker, she moved back to the Philippines after she got her nursing degree, and she was making a killing over there. All she did was work over here for a few years, and she was like, yeah, I made enough money, now I'm going back and retire. And I was like, damn, you do you. You're great. And, you know, she was a really good helper. If you don't know, you get different people, like, you know, my mom was sick, so you get different people to help her out and do stuff throughout the day. Some people that get provided by the state, they will work just hard enough to keep the job so you don't fire them. But some people go, you know, above and beyond. And those Filipino women that helped my mom, they went above and beyond, so nice and courteous, mopped the floor every day, did everything every day. And I frankly just paid them cash. Like a lot of times, say, hey, here's a little bit of a bonus for helping my mom so much. I really appreciate it. Because I didn't want them to have to leave and move if my mom was too hard to manage because she's 6'3" and stuff like that. I gave them flat out just cash, like, hey, don't tell anybody, but there you go. Use that for your retirement. The thing about Panama, close to San Blas and Boca del Toro. Google Images it. Yeah, paradise. See, I trust me, dude. I know. And again, I may eventually move to Panama every now and again, but I'm thinking of Panama being like a month-long, 2-month-long vacation spot where my main base is going to be in Thailand here. But again, it's all up in the air. You guys know me. I've been flip-flopping all over the place here in those two spots. That's basically what's been happening. Turn it into an Airbnb. See, dude, I would turn it into something like that, but I just don't trust people enough. I really don't trust people enough. My grandmother has 3 houses. My grandfather also has 3 houses. And they're basically the houses, like as you move along from life, you just kind of get another house. You get married, you get another house type stuff. And they've dealt with horror stories with people living in their houses. I don't want to deal with that. So I'm barely like, I don't even want to rent out this place in the first place, but I want somebody to be here so it doesn't get into the squatting territory, right? And then I'm going to basically have my grandparents watch this property for me. I'm not even going to hire what do you call it? The people that, like the management company. Yeah, fuck that. I'm just going to have my grandparents do it. And then if there's ever a problem, I will pay for it in cash to be fixed up ASAP. Water heater goes bad, whatever, you know, washing machine goes bad, whatever, that's fine. I'm going to make it expensive enough to live here where I'm going to price out the non-desirables. That's how I put it. I just don't want to have to worry about somebody coming in here, messing shit up, making shit dirty, causing trouble for my neighbors who I like and respect out here. And maybe they're not maybe they don't like live right next to me, but they live close enough, you know what I mean? Where I don't want them to be inconvenienced by somebody living in my house. So yeah, it's just a shit show all around. Not a shit show. It's just, you know, there's a lot of planning that has to go into this, and I want to be as considerate as possible. Most people there speak English. Thailand is real nice, but a little more challenging. That is true. Plus, I'm black, you know, and Honduran, so I'll be a little bit different just off the boat. And hey, Hiram, you want to leave too? It's not unrealistic to want to leave the United States. It's just having the plan to do so and the means to support yourself. You know, most countries won't let you live there year round if you don't have some type of income to keep you going. So you can't quit your job and just say, oh, I'm flying out and living the rest of my life in Thailand. No, you got to have some type of income. You have to have some amount of money in the bank accounts there. You got to do a lot of stuff. So yeah. Gotta go where there's babes. Thailand has babes. Panama has babes. I'm happy with either one of those babes. It's hot and humid. It rains every day now. Raining season, but it's okay. Yeah, that is true right there. Raining season is always going to be interesting. I don't mind the rain, obviously living in Seattle and whatnot, but the rain we have here is nothing compared to tropical climate rain. It's not the big drop, it's the sprinkles, you know? The sprinkles is what we got out here in Washington State paradise. You tried turning your family's Newport, Rhode Island mansion to Airbnb. I trust people too much. And hey, Tim, dude, I get you. I get you. My family, especially my grandparents, my grandmother, she made a lot of her money off of my great-grandparents who owned a bunch of properties around the West Coast. My great-grandmother owned like 7-8 churches, all right? And so think of all those properties in the middle of downtown cities and how the value kept on going up around them, and the city can't take away the church because there's all these rules against it. So they had to pay top dollar to get rid of them, or, you know, to buy the property. And, I mean, tell me what, that's the money right there. But it's definitely something interesting that's happening right now. But what do you call it? Tim, next time I'm in Newport, I'd love to check it out. Those mansions on the East Coast, those estates, they're absolutely gorgeous, and they have a touch of history that I really enjoy out there. We don't really have the same type of historical touches on our buildings. We have a few, but it's not the same. I'll show you a house that I've been in once at a party. Again, Tacoma. This is me going to private school and knowing all the right people. The poor kid in private school was a crazy thing. There we go. So let me go over here. Because my friend's house was over here somewhere. I think it's right there. No, it was right there. That's the house. Beautiful house. Is this the road or is this the road? I think it's this road. Like, these are the type of houses that will have a little bit of a touch of history, right? A little bit older, of course, but they're nice, right? They have to be refurbished and stuff. Right? Gorgeous houses. During Halloween, all these streets will be filled with kids because these people have candy, basically. These houses have some nice character. There are some different houses around here. I don't know where they are, but they do I not know where this house is? I used to know where this house was all the time. There's Annie, right? That's a girls. Oh no, now it's co-ed. It's a private school. No, I don't know. You got the smaller houses over here, which are really nice too. Some have like pools and stuff like that, but it's basically like, you don't think this hill is huge when you're looking at it. But when I go to the waterfront or to pick up my wine, you can see it. It's just a gigantic thing of trees right there. If you guys are ever looking for good wine, Tacoma Wine Merchants right here is where you might find me sipping wine for a little bit of time. Let's see. There's even a mansion over here, I think. I went to school with the kids whose parents owned it. Okay, we're going over here. It's over here somewhere. There's also like just nice patches and nice houses everywhere once in a while. The old warehouse I mentioned. Here you go. Like, we have this mansion that has a chapel and an education building all inside of it. I think the fence might be blocking it, but you can see right there. Like, this whole thing is just one gigantic property. I think a business might have bought it though, but it was beautiful back in its day. I miss stuff like that. I don't know what Tuggies is. A lot of black people in the Philippines. Oh, that makes me a little bit happier. My sister can watch my house? No, she will not. She will not stay here. My sister is, so where I grew up with my family not having, like, or my mom not having any money at all, and I kind of, like, focus on taking care of her. My sister helped take care of my mom, but, like, she didn't, like, grow up poor, so she doesn't have those expectations of living in a more rural house. As nice as this house is, how big it, as big as it is, it's definitely not in the bougie area of a downtown metropolis. So when I help my sister find an apartment down the road, this is what she's going to be looking into. There we go. My sister's going to get a small place in Capitol Hill. And it's going to be something like this. Or it's going to be like 425 square feet. It's going to be like $1,700, but it's going to be in like the proper neighborhood. It'd be expensive to live in. She'd rather live in something like that than a full-on house in the rural area. And I think most people go through that phase in their life where they want to live that downtown life where you go clubbing, you go partying, you have a good time, you're having a blast. And then you're like, damn, I want to save some money. Then you leave the city. That's how my process was, at least. Well, my process wasn't saving money. My process was getting a dog. But you find that reason to leave. But yeah, she's gonna want one of these bougie places. So she ain't doing that. She ain't doing that at all. But I wish she would. That'd make my life a lot easier. But I don't live close enough for her to wherever she might work. I don't live close enough unless she's working from home. In which case, if she lives here, she can live here for free. I wouldn't charge her a thing. I'd charge her utilities. That's it. She just has to pay utility bills. That's nothing. Oh, look up the Playa Turquoise Santa Cruz de la Sierra. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's beautiful right there. Oh, that water. Oh yeah, that's what I'm looking for right there. Yeah, that's it. I know you guys can't see the very edge, but you guys can see the whole picture at least. Yeah, that's absolutely fantastic. That's beautiful. You will seem to be having a lot of fun out there. Yeah, that's absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous right there. Absolutely gorgeous. We sold the mansion since, but it's in Boydor. It's Google Maps and Wiki. Oh, we're kind of a Newport. We were kind of Newport famous, but we still had the best possible box seats for the annual tennis tournament. That sounds nice. Oh yeah, did you? No, you said it was a temporary membership that you got and you were canceling it. But I remember you said you had something about a membership. If you go into the Asia, they have a biggest mall on the planet. Why does the USA can't build the biggest mall? Dude, America is kind of in decline right now. I don't know what to tell you. We're kind of in a weird spot. Like, Western media doesn't talk highly of Asia at all, but Asia has some stuff going on for it right now. Latin America, they don't talk about Latin America favorably. Latin America has some stuff going on for it as well. Now, there's some ups and downs of every part of the world, don't get me wrong, but like, the news doesn't want you to know how good the rest of the world has it in certain pockets, right? They don't want you to know about that. They want you to stay here and struggle and work. Well, the way I'm thinking about it, if I leave, I can be replaced by an immigrant. The immigrant will come here, do some actual, the immigrant can contribute to society. I don't really contribute to society like, someone that's at a building with their hands and stuff. I mean, heck, I take money from the market. That's all I do. I do YouTube, I guess. Maybe some guy at YouTube has a job because of me, but it's not like a lot, right? But I don't want to. This is much easier than doing the hard work that I used to have to do back in the day. Remember, my first job. I know I'm 30 years old, or almost 30 years old now. I'll be there eventually. But if you guys remember, my first job back in Montana paid me like $8 an hour. It was horrible. Yeah, absolutely horrible. You couldn't even afford a rent at that rate. But here I am now, and I'm happy. Celebrant outside. Weird shit. Drugs was surprisingly accurate. Oh. Yeah. I'm hoping to go to the East Coast again, Tim. Maybe we can meet up sometime. I haven't been to Rhode Island before. Well, where might I go? I think I want to go to New York. So I think I may go to Jersey. Where's Jersey at over here? Jersey, yeah. I think I'm going to go over here. I have a friend that lives out here, and I wanted to say hi. I was already out in Philadelphia saying hi to a friend out here, but he lived out, I don't even know how to figure this area out. He was out here with the bougie people. It was beautiful houses, gorgeous, everything around here was just beautiful. King of Prussia, beautiful, the mall, beautiful. But I think I might be heading over here towards Jersey. And then I wanted to say hi to him because eventually he is moving to Dubai. And I don't know the next time I'm going to get to visit him if he's out in Dubai. But then where's Rhode Island? So it's somewhat close. I mean, I'm guessing there's a train that's up here as well. And then I wanted to go to Vegas because I think I'm going to visit Vegas Nick here. Or I'm going to probably hang out with him at a hotel or something. Like anybody in Vegas, not just him, but you know. I'm going to Vegas in October and I'm going in November. But I think because they're so close together, I'm just going to stay in Vegas for a week. See. Yeah, it's the 27th through the 30th. And then Big Smoke is the 1st through the 2nd. So I'll be like maybe a whole week. So the 27th through 30th, the 31st, and then yeah, 1st and 2nd. So I'll literally just be out there for the whole week. Let me go over here to well, let me open it without an account. Try calendar for business. No, I just want to see a calendar. There we go. Open image, new tab. Right, so I'll be here from the 27th to the 30th. Wait, is that what it said? 27th, yeah. So here, one extra day, then the 1st, 2nd, and I'll probably leave the Saturday. So I'll be here for, I'll get there a day early too. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days in Vegas. Holy shit. Well, yeah, 9 days in Vegas. Oh shit, I gotta be very frugal for that long in Vegas. I like to gamble, so gambling is a bad sin for me out there. But I don't have any more travels this month. I'm not traveling next month at all, I don't think. October, I'm going to Salt Lake City in the beginning of the month. I get 2 weeks of rest, then I'm going to Vegas. And then October, I'm visiting my sister, but that's like a 3-hour drive. That's not too bad. And then she's coming back down for Thanksgiving. And then December, I think I'm not going anywhere. Maybe. I haven't decided yet. And then I have to try to schedule in that Jersey trip as well. So, yeah. Oh, too much stuff to do, people. Way too much stuff to do. Train is a 20-minute drive from Newport. Oh, that's not bad at all. Salaburn was a famous movie about family living in a huge historical mansion. See, I would love to do that, but just the cleaning alone would be absolutely insane. You have to hire a cleaning lady or something to manage that piece of property. It's kind of funny because my younger brother who stuck around Newport is climbing all the social ladders clubs. What do you call it? See, okay, there are social ladders in Seattle, but they're completely different, I understand, from the social clubs in the East Coast. So West Coast, and if you guys live on the West Coast, you guys know what I'm talking about. It's more built around tech, and it's like a new money type of thing. When I think about the clubs and what's going on here, like we have yacht clubs, we have golf clubs, we have tennis clubs, everything like that. I don't think I'm in that niche. Like I know wealthy people, I know millionaires that are involved in those types of clubs. But when I get introduced to those people, they kind of want to, they kind of I don't want to say interrogate, but they ask you some beginner questions just so they get an idea of who you are. And I will say, you know, I'm in the markets. That's usually the good answer to give. And they're like, oh yeah, what do you do? And I'm like, yeah, I trade stocks, cryptocurrencies, and you know, Forex, and I get into those types of markets. Like, oh, then they're honing on cryptocurrency all the time. Like, hey, so what do you think about cryptocurrency? And I'm like, hey, if you think the government is going to manage the debt, cryptocurrency is not for you. But if you think the government is not going to be able to manage the debt crisis, cryptocurrency might just be a place to park a small amount of your wealth until, and kind of wait for the dollar to devalue itself. And they're like, interesting. Then the conversation goes on, and then they move off of me and talk about, golf and whatnot, which I suck at. So it's that type of stuff. But those social ladders, they are very interesting. There's a lot of drama that goes involved, and there are clubs that I can get access to, I suppose, if I wanted to. I've gotten invitations. But you know how you could pay for a club, but you just never go? It'd be something like that because, again, I don't want to drive up to Seattle to go to a club, where it's mostly just old people talking. The only club I'm thinking about is the Columbia Tower Club out here in Columbia Tower Club out in downtown Seattle. That's like the only thing I'm thinking of. And my friend's cigar club whenever it opens up. And hey, OP Mary Productions, are you close to Salt Lake? Hey, I'm always up for a beer or something. I bought my ticket though. I got it through Delta, or maybe Delta. I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna be there for like the weekend of the 5th. I'll be there for like the Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I'm leaving on Monday though. This thing keeps on going out, which is pissing me off, but I left it out overnight, so that's my fault. But yeah, I'll be over there. So yeah, if you want to grab a drink or whatever, I'm down. Yeah, I mean, he could probably show us his reading room membership, all men's club. Oh yeah, look at that. See, all men's club. Oh, the cancellation that would happen over here in Seattle. You'd be canceled. Oh, how dare you? You know. But see, those types of things I absolutely love. They have a certain aroma to them too. Vanderbilts, they're kind of irrelevant at this point. Well, that's interesting. Like when I hear about old money, they typically want to stay out of the limelight, and the Vanderbilts are straight in the news every night, right? So a little bit different. But let me show you that club I was talking about. So there's two. One is the Columbia Tower. This one is hardly anything to join. So this one's like the tallest building in Seattle. It's very nice. You have a view of everything going on. There's younger people that go there. There's a restaurant there, and then there's join now. No, this isn't it. There you go. You can't actually find this page through their website. You have to do it a certain way. No, this is it. No. Remember? This one. Okay, never mind. You can't find it. So there's this one right here for people that are under 39 years old. It's I'm not going to use the global stuff on it, but it's only $180 a month with a $20 initiation fee. That's not bad at all, which is pretty darn good. And then the other one is the Rainier Club. This one did have... Sorry, got a little ash on my keyboard. Membership types here. This one's pretty interesting. See, it's like an old building surrounded by freaking massive skyscrapers. Like this is where the mayor is a member of the club, where they show older people there with gray hair and stuff, which is fine, right? But like, I don't know, it's a little bit of a different experience. Young executives here. Literally, I think these people work there. But under 40 memberships. I like how they age the memberships nowadays. I don't know why they do that. I think maybe because young people just don't have the capacity to afford anymore because rent is so high. Can you imagine if rent was half price? Everybody could be able to afford these types of things. But the fee is a $3,000 initiation fee and then $450 a month. I mean, can I afford that? Yeah, but would I get any value out of it? No, not at all. Not at all. They used to have another one though. There's resident members right here. Oh, there it is. Oh, you guys can't see it. Non-resident members. So I'm like at 49 miles. I'm not at 50. I'm gonna see if I can talk them out of it. but like initiation fee is $4,000, and the quarterly you pay quarterly is $825. I kind of thought about this for a while, but this one just seems so much better personally because it's for, this is more of a younger crowd in it, and the views are crazy. You're not looking at you know the side of a building over here. You're looking at that. You know what I mean? About, you know, and they have a lot of events, which I like. So I'm thinking about that one, but I'm waiting because the cigar club that's going to be opening up here fairly soon. If I get a membership there, it may get me a membership here at the same time, which could be pretty interesting there as well. So here's to hoping for that. Saltburn, such a feel-good movie. And hey, Matthew, I would say overall down is still the way I'm thinking the market's gonna go. I thought we would have at least one more pump before that happens, but we're gonna have to wait and see. I have a short open right now. It's a small short, but it's a short nonetheless, with my price target kind of around 56,000 bucks. Historically, we were a perfect family of Newport. Now, that was our claim to fame. Yeah, there you go. Claim to fame and old money. Yeah, that's a nice thing to do right there. And now you're trading crypto. I bet that'd be a nice little talk to have with the old money guys in Newport. Have they bought the Bitcoin ETF or not? Are they having any money in the ETFs, or are they just avoiding it because it's the non-standard stuff, right? But anyway, I'm going to call it a night, everybody. I have to go out here. I'm going to go make sure my sister has her dinner. See if she has her dinner ready. And if she has dinner, if she doesn't have dinner, I'm going to make her something very fast. And then I'm probably going to go to the cigar lounge for a little bit and relax. Yeah, really. I was moving around so much through the stream. It's fine. But before I go, have a little nugget for Loki. I'll just toss this out. It's okay. It's been good while it lasted. You can see some ears over here. There it goes. All right, but I'll see you guys a little bit. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll smoke another cigar. We'll also be drinking some wine. It'll be a good time here. You guys won't see me drinking the wine. It'll be in a cup like this, so you'll be like, "Oh, I got this from QVC." But you'll see in a glass like this, and I'll just be soaking it down. I may get a little bit tipsy, but you know what? I think tomorrow is going to be a pretty interesting day. So I'd rather, you know, have a lot of fun when the market's doing something instead of when the market's going sideways. You know, when the market's going